Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Dice and Dudes, a weekly D&D game where we invite you, the viewer, to watch us and our friends and D&D players try to fumble through a 3-year-long D&D campaign that is very quickly hurtling towards its conclusion. Thank you all very much for joining us tonight. Hopefully you all have seen we're in our new space now. We've got our new mics. We are definitely doing our best to try to get the quality up to a much better degree than what we have been. We hope you all appreciate and enjoy that, and hopefully that can help you guys and enjoy what we're doing here more often. Get to see some facial expressions, and maybe when I bring some people to tears, that just gives me a strange kind of thrill.
You'll be able to see them in high detail. Down our cheeks.
Yes. Now you'll be able to see the glistening cheeks.
I only like crying in the bedroom. Jesus.
We do have a few announcements. First announcement is the DM. His beard has been cut. My power is now diminished. But
it will come back even stronger.
Hopefully, yes, it will grow back ever stronger than it was. Don't want to get it caught in the fan blades working on cars. But from here, we're going to grow it back out. Maybe that'll be a goal for campaign 2. I don't cut it until I kill somebody. In solidarity, they lose their character. I lose my beard.
It's probably gonna be.
We are once again brought to you by our friends at Military Gamer Supply. Been our friends since the beginning of us starting our stream. We love them. We can't say enough great things about them. Vince, what's going on at MGS?
Alright guys, so Military Gamer Supply is going to have its normal Friday night open gaming for Warhammer 40k, Flames of War, Team Yankee, Infinity, any other tabletop game you can think of, as well as draft kicking off for Magic the Gathering. That War of the Spark's pretty hot. You want to get into some new cards. Commander pods are going to be shooting off Friday night. Also, there's a Hero Clicks tournament. It's a pretty awesome game. I was a little bummed on it when I started because I suck, but I'm getting better. I'm starting to like it. Saturday, we've got Modern and maybe a little bit of Standard cruising off. And Sunday, there's going to be some more Commander pods as well as open gaming for 40k Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there around noon Saturday and pretty much all night Friday. We've got the GT, the Desert Rat Grand Tournament, coming up for 40k June 29th and 30th. If you want to play some competitive 40k, that's the place to be. We've got people coming from Houston, Dallas, Phoenix. It's going to be a game. Think anything else, Nick, or is that about it?
No.
Other than that, open gaming every day that ends in Y. Come on down.
Is MGS doing anything for Tabletop Day this year on June 1st?
I haven't talked to him about that yet, but I'm definitely going to talk to him. We'll get something set up for Tabletop Day.
We'll find that out. We'll see if we can get some tabletop going for
I'm sure there's a plan.
International Tabletop Day. Yeah. I don't know if Geek and Sundry's really backing it anymore, if they're really sending out the promos and stuff, but still, it's nice to,
I'm sure there's a plan. I'm a little distracted because I've got a grand tournament in San Antonio coming up next weekend.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so that's for 40k?
That is for 40k. It's the Alamo Indie GT. It's pretty awesome. The guys down there do a really great job. And I want to come home with that first place Bowie knife.
You got anything happening on Ingress this coming week?
No. We got our first Saturday, though, that kicked off, last weekend pretty well. We had a couple of people who, won. It's a nice cross-faction event that got everyone together and everyone enjoyed themselves. The Dark XM event also went off pretty well. I got, the top medal on that one.
Very nice, very nice. And Kyle, we saw your hard work of putting up our new Dice and Dudes logo on the YouTube channel, right? So that's up there. Later on, not now. Stay here, watch us now. But later on, after the stream, go and check out what our new logo is going to be looking like.
That was on my YouTube, so I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, so we'll try to link his YouTube at some point. We'll get you his YouTube for that, so that way you guys can see what's going on there. We got a lot of new stuff coming up. A lot of work has been done on the upcoming campaign. Finally finished the world map. That was about 10 to 12 days of intense drawing and erasing and shading, but it's done, and a whole lot of Wild West style buildings and battle boards are currently being constructed as we speak. So that should be interesting. Literally building the battle boards to the map. So anytime you see what's on the battle board, you can literally pinpoint that to the map of the city. So,
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's trying to go the extra mile for this one. So we're trying to pull out all the stops on this one. But once again, we thank you guys for joining us. If there's nothing else going on, then let's go ahead and get ourselves back into this week's episode, episode 26.
Yeah.
Episode 26 of Dice and Dudes. Last time, the Knights of Fate had returned back to Vallaki, back to Shadowfoot Manor, where they had entered and discovered that something was wrong, something was off. They were not greeted by Tass or any of the other people within the building. And after a few minutes of searching, they were attacked by a group of vampires that gave them a very hard-won fight. They killed most of them, but 2 managed to escape. Searching the house, they discovered that Tass had absconded with the rest of the denizens of Shadowfoot Manor and sequestered them within the attic and defended them there, killing a vampire himself that had found the secret door into the master bedroom and had killed that vampire. With everybody recollected up, the Knights of Fate began speaking about their next plan of action, where they would head, what they would do, and they had decided that they wanted to chop at the power base of the vampire god Strahd before they went and tried to threaten him directly. After having a nice long night, a nice family-friendly, heartwarming scene between Flynn and a little girl, as well as the rest of the group trying to take their rest. In the morning, the Triswynn was nowhere to be found. They eventually did find her within the secret door in the attic where the other people had been set before, and she had, right next to the 2 puncture wounds on her neck that had long healed and scarred over, a new, fresh pair of puncture on her neck. When awoken, he said the words to you, Strahd has taken back what is his, and then promptly passed back out. That is where we start tonight's game session.
What is that?
Search her to see if she's missing anything.
I walk back downstairs where she's got her armor and stuff like that, and I look for anything that I obviously would know is missing.
Roll me an investigation check.
Medicine?
Sure. You can roll a medicine check.
11.
Don't fall on table.
Yeah, that's super loud. I'm sorry?
Sorry, everybody. Did not
11.
do definitely.
Well, I mean, her hammer's there, her armor's there, the bag of holding is still there. It looks like all of her stuff is there. The Tome of Strahd is even still there. I should say the translated Tome of Strahd is still there.
Her holy symbol.
Yep, still there. Doesn't look as you don't see anything that's missing. The holy symbol of Ravenkind is still there. Which, she tends to sleep with, hanging around her neck. It is in her pile of clothing.
Okay.
With that, I mean, you don't really see anything else. You don't see any kind of forced entry into this library. It doesn't look like there was a scuffle, anything like that.
I have a question.
23.
She is definitely, her breathing is shallow. She's definitely lost quite a bit of blood.
I do anything. Get this woman some orange juice and cookies right now.
And free movie tickets. Come on, man.
Hearing that,
Incentives.
hearing what
No, not enough incentives.
about
Sorry.
orange juice and cookies, I do cast level 3 cure wounds on her,
Okay.
which is I think
That's why I was
D8.
asking if there was anything I could do about that, because I've got cure wounds too. Here you go.
You're not the only one, Paul.
Right?
Right
I'm glad you guys have it. That way I can save my spell slots for you.
For useful.
You
Thanks.
you know what I mean?
You
Burning
can
Our
make-
party isn't
Yes, the guy who
useful.
can make this guy go from 0 to full almost in one shot.
16
close
plus 3 is
Yeah.
19.
Close
19
enough.
plus. Do I add anything
You
else?
can't-
You add your wisdom modifier.
Wisdom modifier. Oh, okay. Which is plus 3, so 22.
You bend down, you say your prayer to. We've never really covered that of who you follow. You basically pull from energy from the area around you, from the natural elements of this place, despite how corrupted and twisted they are. You're able to tap into that tiny vein of natural energy that still exists within this area. You pull from that, you press your hands upon her chest and push that energy into her body. She has a larger intake of breath for a moment. There appears to be.
I hope that did some good. No.
Am I naked again?
No, you were.
You were clothed.
Well,
you
let's
were
fix that.
you're in your bed clothes basically, but you are not naked.
We need to thoroughly check her for more bite marks.
I think that one's
I
necessary.
go find Tass.
Okay. Tass, he had woken Tass up and been searching. Tass had been searching other areas of the house looking for. When you can go downstairs and find him as he's looking in the strangest place, like opening cupboards. Though she's 6'1", he's
Okay.
looking inside there and sees you come up. Did you find her?
Yes, but Triswynn has been bitten by.
You see his eyes go wide, and he just right past you.
Okay.
And he runs up the stairs. You guys hear a
We should
pitter
get
patter
her
of small
downstairs.
feet coming. It climbs up the stairs, and Tass is by her side within a minute. He takes her hand, places his hand upon her head, closes his eyes for a moment, whispers a few words that Flynn is there, you're there, and you two are there. So go ahead and roll me perception checks, please.
That's a
And Thornton, I'd like a perception check from you.
A 12.
12,
17.
17, and
Pulling up my skills.
that is a 10.
10. And Flynn?
26.
You hear despite the look on his face and how much he's concentrating, and you can see Tass is aged badly. Like when he frowns and when he concentrates, you can see those deep lines of worry that have just crisscrossed his face. Even with that, what he mutters under his breath is a song about anal. But even with that, he still says it. He sings it under his breath. While the content of the song is terrible, though it's a nice lullaby almost.
He's not so bad after all.
And you see a small bead of light at the center of Triswyn's chest begin to glow brighter and brighter until almost like a wave of energy cascades throughout her form. And after a few moments, her shallow breathing levels out and she begins to breathe normally. And it seems that her rapid eye movement slows and she calms and finally slips into a real rest, a real sleep.
So,
What'd you roll? 9? You heard running feet inside. That's about it.
what did Strahd lose, and
I take
what
off.
did he take back? How did he take it back?
Not me.
Oh,
She said that when she.
You know what? Where's Rotmere? Does he still have that sword?
Right, you can see Rotmir's coming up the ladder.
Of course, he still has that sword. He's been glued to it almost literally.
Can I see it?
Yeah, I don't think that.
Like, can I see that you physically have it?
Yeah. He holds it blade down. Tilt.
Well, okay, so obviously it wasn't that one that he took.
As a matter of
The
fact,
sword wasn't his.
when he says that, the words begin to ring true when you think about it. There hasn't been a time where Rotmir has not had his hand on that sword.
You're doing a good job there.
They are one. Him and the sword.
Doesn't make that makes me feel all different.
So that's
And
that's
it
the only
looks
thing
like
he
the blade
saves is
needs
the sound on.
No offense, but when my head is my own, I will be more relaxed.
Okay.
So what do y'all do?
Well, until we figure out. I guess we'll eventually figure out what he took back. Probably when she comes back too.
I hope she's gonna let.
He definitely needs to rest.
Otherwise, we're firing. Firing.
Nothing we can do anyway until she comes back.
Oh damn.
Right?
Her,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Vodka?
Vodka is outside.
Yeah. Can you?
I'll carry her downstairs.
Easy. She's a lot lighter when she's not wearing her plate armor.
That's a funny sight to watch a dwarf kind of do.
Fireman's carry.
Yeah. I mean, her feet and arms are almost touching the ground with how tall she is.
We're not
Yeah,
gonna bring that up.
You guys can fairly easily maneuver her down the ladder in order to get her to safety. Taking her back into where her bedroll still is. You guys can lay her back down to that. She very much seems like she's resting now, where she was not before.
Someone should probably keep an eye on her. We can do rotations. I know you'll want to keep an eye on her.
So, who and Rotmir are going first? Then, who and Rotmir are going second?
Okay, you know what? We'll just let Rotmeal do it.
Tass kind of shakes his head, and you can see he's still worried, but he goes and closes the door back to his room to try to get some rest before he takes his nap.
Yeah. Well, the rest of us might as well get some sleep.
Well, at this point, you all have woken up for the day.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know that Tass was on watch last night.
Strahd is a very inconvenient bastard.
Let's at least try and get some breakfast then. I'm starving.
You head downstairs. You can smell what a familiar scent from last night. It's leftovers from the dinner that Rotmir cooked for you all. There's not a whole lot of in the larder in this place, so they use everything they can. It's a reheated meal from last night, but it's still tasty.
But is it like good reheated, or is it French fries reheated?
No, it's much. It's a heartier meal, so it's if anything, some of the flavors have married a little bit more. Being setting for a long time, but some of it, some of the meat's a little more chewy than it should be. But it's passable. It's a passable meal.
I'm just getting some good jerky.
Nice.
How many silver weapons do you guys have left?
I was directing that one at Tass. Actually, literally at everybody, but mostly at Tass.
I gave out everything else I have. I mean, I have mine, but I'm not.
I got one.
All that
Who did I
training
give my
belongs
other one to?
I am currently.
Are we still?
Well,
Don't
Yeah,
see
just-
why not.
just with a bit of delay. Is unless we're gonna do any sneaking around, Triswynn is part of this.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take to wake up last time? I'm assuming there was a last.
There was a last time.
I'm kind of surprised he came back for second. I his favorite virgin blood.
The last time wasn't quite so intense as this one. It seemed to be.
You could just feel.
Why do I feel like I'm about to be smacked?
Did it just get colder in here? Oh yeah, it did.
You're just gonna wake up and just boom.
Accordion beak again.
I'm sure Tassa's gonna have a song about this one. But I guess we might as well gather some supplies and maybe do some recon while we're waiting for. Oh, that's a good question.
At this point, Clark, are you still outside?
I haven't heard anything that should tell me that I should go inside.
Just the running feet.
There's children that like to throw fart flowers at me. So I'm not going where the running little feet are.
Gotcha.
I'm still.
Have I noticed that Rocca's not here?
It's been pretty easy to tell. I mean, you guys literally searched the house, and Rocco, like, you would even open the door to see if she was outside, and you'd see Rocco out by the front door.
You know, why is Rocca outside?
In the rain.
Not very sure. Have something smelly. You know how he is with bowel movements.
Yeah, and I also know how you are with, you know, being a little trickster.
Me? Never. I wouldn't be tricky. Good man.
Are those two states mutually exclusive?
Didn't you kill a bunch of halflings?
That was another me, not this me.
How many of
You
these
can't
are
blame that on. I can't blame that on homicidal Flynn. That guy's an asshole.
It's totally Liam's fault. It wasn't me at all.
Exactly.
I go outside with Rocca.
Okay.
You okay out here?
Away from the children. They throw fart flowers at my face made by Flint.
Okay then. All right. You enjoy.
Since you stepped outside as well, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Uh, 19.
While he's talking to you, you see him suddenly look. You've been out here all morning. As it's lightened up, the mist has receded a bit. Last night when you guys came into Shadowfoot Manor, I mean, the mist was almost to the front door. I mean, and it was blanketing the ground. It seems to have peeled back a bit and rose back up in the air. So you have that light bit of fog. You know, you have a bit of light coming through, but you can see much further than what you could yesterday. You see him suddenly look up and begin staring off. Looks to the east from where you all are standing now. If you follow his eye line, you see what looks to be a shape, humanoid, that seems to be on the outer gates of what's left of the fence, the fencing that surrounds Shadowfoot Manor. Standing within an alleyway, you see this shape, almost like it senses you see it, and it turns around and begins moving deeper into the mist.
Can I take a shot at it?
With how quick this happened, by the time you pull up your rifle, I mean, it was almost a split-second thing. It's as soon as you see it, you're like, what the hell is that? And as soon as you have that recollection, it turns around and begins booking. So by the time you're able to get Oswald off your back and be able to actually, aim to fire, you can still fire if you like.
Yeah, I'll fight her.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Barn.
Well, that would be no, not really. That is a 17.
As you turn to look to see where he is, you see a bit of movement. You turn just in time to see him raise his rifle and fire. Everyone else but Triswynn hears his rifle go off. And a second later, you hear a squeaky, "What the hell?" And you hear a thump, 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 thump. And a few seconds later, you hear thump, 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 as Tass comes running out of his room, down the stairs, and throws the front door open.
Yeah, right behind him. Or in front of him.
There's someone out there
You see
watching
him
us.
bleary-eyed, bloodshot eyes, just, what? What?
There was someone watching us.
I don't miss how loud that thing is. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Where?
Down the street. This is how we you noticed I was outside and took off.
He turns around and stomps his way back upstairs, doing his almost like that little kid stomping away when they're mad. Gets up the stairs and gets all the way up to his room. You hear his door as he slams it and gets back in
The
his
only one that
bed.
can make loud noises.
Does he have like a fake leg?
No, he's missing an arm. from the elbow down.
Do you come out there? Well, if you want to go, chase after it, that's fine. It went that
Have a
way.
wide circle in that direction.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check with disadvantage because of the fog.
Oh wow, still pretty good. That is a 14.
14. As you're moving around,
Okay.
you take up to the you take up to the sky and you begin to circle around this building. As you get further out, you notice there are a lot more people on the streets of Valaki, and when you all have previously passed. You unfortunately were not within Barovia before to see just how much of a bustling city Valaki was during its heyday when the rest of the group was here. But this is, to you, this is as bustling as this has ever been. There's at least a couple dozen people on the streets.
Gravitating up.
With that perception check, it's hard to tell. Most of them are still moving through. They're not moving through alleyways or anything. They're moving along the streets, but they seem to be going multiple directions. It's kind of hard to tell if there's any pattern in that, though. So while that takes him a few minutes to do that. While he's doing that, what is everyone else doing?
If I still have my hearing, right.
Losing more of your.
You're getting used to it at this point. It's probably permanently damaged your hearing, but it doesn't ring for nearly as long as it used to.
I'll head outside. Perry, was that another accidental discharge like the whorehouse, or did you shoot at something?
That wasn't accidental. At the old house. I totally meant to do it in her face.
It's disturbing.
No, there was something out there. Arnos went to check it out.
Oh, goody. That sounds fun.
Unless you want to go, invisible.
No, I'm good here.
Okay, I thought so.
A few minutes later, Arnos lands at the door. He can return in.
There's an awful lot of hustle. What passes for? No, they mean a lot.
What are the husks?
Zoom.
Hey,
I would say I'll be out at once.
something that you should ask Tass. He knows more about what goes
I'm
on
gonna
with
keep
them
a
than we
sharp
do
eye
these
out for
days.
them doing something weird.
Hey,
Footstool. Where are you, Footstool?
You want to do that?
he's asleep for now.
Well,
Nothing of urgent danger to us.
we should probably set out to deal with our next target anyway.
Which was our next target? Remind me.
It feels like it's been 2 weeks since we played.
Well, considering the passing out of the vampire bites, the rifle shot, yeah, it has been 2 weeks.
So, yeah, we were going to chop at Strahd's power base. I think we were going to attack that temple.
Do you want to give it a try without Triswynn?
Is it temple or is it castle?
It was the temple.
The castle.
The castle?
Oh yeah, it's the
Strahd was
castle.
at the castle.
Sorry, in my sleep.
So, do you wait till Triswynn wakes up? Why go wake up?
Let's rest.
Wake up. Road leads to an induction of electricity at the extremity.
Do me! Do me!
Not that. I'm
Common
sure.
words from Barry.
So I guess just keep an extra eye out. Be sure the walls aren't coming closer until Triswynn wakes up.
Okay. After about 30 minutes, you all notice it becomes very apparent that there's quite a bit of movement on the streets. Shuttlefoot Manor sits on a small hillock within Valaki proper, with a commanding view as it used to be the Burgomaster's mansion. So you can clearly see, as soon as the sun gets higher in the sky and the fog begins to recede more, you can see there is a lot of, as he called it, hustle and bustle within the city.
They appear to be approaching or
They,
organizing.
go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Yep. 5 plus less than 5 is going to be less than 10.
It's
Oh no! Actually, I have a good insight. The 13.
There's definitely something now on the surface. If you look at it, it looks like cool people going about their day, but there's something wrong. Almost like it's a facsimile of someone trying to act. When you really look into it, they're not looking at each other. There's no one talking. There's no conversation. They're just moving.
I think it's wrong.
Yeah, they're probably husks.
Now we're good.
Okay. Yeah, the husks are putting on a show. They want us to think it's normal.
They do that
Not-
every time they come out. That's because I got no
You know,
soul.
there is an
Put
awful
them
lot
on
of
an
them.
insight check.
There is an awful lot of them right now.
This doesn't seem like normal.
11. I'm not very insightful.
There's something off about this. You've been around the husks a lot, and you know the husks they're still people. They still have to eat. They still work. They still have a life. You know what I mean? They just don't react the same way other people would. They don't have that fear and terror. They don't have the anger, the passion, anything like that. The way that they're moving about Valaki now, it just feels off. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it just feels wrong.
They're covering for something.
Prepping for it. Could be prepping for an ambush, covering for something. We could either go out in there and check it out, or get the fuck out of here.
I think we wait till Triswynn wakes up, and then we go.
You know what?
Just commence with slapping it.
Actually, the three of us should go take a look at it. We'll sneak around.
Yeah, we could do that, or we could wait for Triswynn.
You know what? I got a really bad feeling about it. I'm gonna go out there anyway.
Yeah, going outside alone, not a good idea. Maybe stay here with the wall you can hide behind with the big boomstick.
I agree.
So,
We need to find out what's
Let's
going
stick
on.
to aerial reconnaissance.
Yeah,
fine.
I'm very sneaky.
You see a bunch of husks with ballistae.
Actually, you know what?
I got sandwich.
Oh, wait. Hold on, do I have that one? That was actually part of my thing, I think, was
I'm
it?
sorry.
Vanish.
I'm sorry. That's magic missile.
Vanishing flames.
That's high. That's more like natural environments. As long as you hide in a natural environment, then yeah, you can hide in plain sight.
Oh,
But it's in natural environment.
I think I had a new one about just disappearing in plain sight, in front of people.
You'd know better than me.
Right? I forgot to look at it. Actually, I don't even think I updated it on this. Because,
Oh, we haven't been able to.
yeah. Anyway. Well, I just disappear anyway. I sneak out.
Okay. Gonna roll a stealth check.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You
What's,
okay there?
what's 17 plus 16?
33. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you head off in
Really excited.
it's like a bit of wind picks up and passes some fog right as you pass through, and as that bit of fog passes through, you're gone. You're in the mist. Where are you heading?
Towards the direction that I saw that strange character disappear to.
Okay. You have a few of the major thoroughfares that are just to the east of you. You can head right across the street. Again, how utterly different this place feels now. Alien from when you were here before. The cobblestones themselves look like they haven't been kept up. They've been ripped apart. And several pieces of flagstone lie scattered across the street. As you enter the alleyway that you saw the person disappear into, you see buildings here within here. They're Gothic in nature. They're built very tall, vaulted ceilings, but there's not too many multiple level buildings, but they are built close together. So when you head into this alleyway, you can't even fully extend your arms for how close these buildings are. But you stand at the mouth of that alleyway. What are you doing?
What do you see?
Yeah, what do I see down the alley?
Well, I can't see anything through the fog. Hold on.
It looks like you have more buildings beyond that. This area here is a bit of a patchwork maze of buildings.
Sounds like a great place for an ambush.
You're right in the middle of it.
Wait, who am I talking to?
You didn't move more than a mile away.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
And I said I was doing the aerial reconnaissance.
So you take back to this guy?
Uh,
Go and roll me a perception check.
If you don't hear from me in a bit,
it's a 15.
You still see them moving around more. You actually can hear, and then train on the sound that you hear, and then see one of these husks, as they've been referred to, is leading a horse-drawn cart down the road, and it looks like there's like several bales of hay within the cart itself, and they're moving. They seem to be moving south.
Away from.
Yeah, be away from you all.
House is over here south?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least.
And what are you doing?
I tell
Is the horse
I'll
a husk?
tell the sitting stone, hey, I'm gonna go in and investigate these. If you don't hear from me in like 5-10 minutes,
Then you're already dead.
So you've
Probably.
done something stupid and died. Get back here.
most likely. All right, sneak. Yeah, I sneak down that.
Okay. We'll keep your stealth check for what it's been. Go ahead and roll me a.
I'm still shadowing him.
Hmm.
Kind of. Best I can.
As best you can, yeah. With
Best
that,
I can.
with that stealth check as best you can.
Shadow.
You have a
shadow.
general idea of where he went. Go ahead and roll me. This will be more of an investigation check.
12.
12? Okay. As you're moving through this, mud is pretty thick now when you're getting away from the cobblestones of the street. I mean, your feet are. If it wasn't for how good you are at moving through natural environments, your feet would be. Then you'd be making noise the whole way. But you're able to find some of the drier spots and stay away from the exact center of the alleyway where most people walk through. Looking around corners, you can clearly see there is a relatively fresh set of footprints that are heading this direction and hang a left. Seems as if they were not attempting to hide their location.
You're down the
It,
left.
the fog, as the sun has risen in the sky at this point, it's probably about 7 in the morning. The fog has receded a bit, but there's still just that bit of haze in the air. These buildings are close together. You can still clearly see where the tracks lead, but you don't see anything else. You see no other soul moving about this small maze of alleyways.
That's rather strange considering how busy it's been.
What you guys saw, it was mainly through the thoroughfares. Moving through this is someone either trying to cut down their travel time from one side of the city to the other, or they're trying to stay out of sight.
Yeah, I'll follow the tracks.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, please.
No.
Have these guys by now. 23.
Okay. So as you round a corner, you very clearly see about 20 feet ahead of you, to your left, a cloaked figure, hood pulled over the head, who you can see very feminine looking hands that are pressed against the wall as they're leaning out and staring at something outside of the alleyway, doing their best at trying to remain hidden. They do not hear your ninja-like footsteps as you have rounded the corner.
I'm gonna wake up Triswynn.
I'm gonna.
Okay. So you head back inside to try to wake her up?
The second Perry does his.
I'm gonna sneak behind her. I'm assuming I heard.
Hey, Perry,
And,
where are you? Is it that time?
Ignoring that, press the rifle up against the back of her head.
You feel, or you immediately see the body tense. The hands come off the wall just for a second, and you see the head turn just a little bit before it stops.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
That sounds familiar.
Fuck it.
What are you watching? Shadowfoot Mountain.
Yeah.
Why?
heard that back.
What are you watching right now?
She turns her head a little bit. Roll me a straight intelligence check.
Don't fuck it.
Oh, you're not talking about the intelligence
It's
check.
a problem.
I
Straight
know,
intelligence.
This is no problem, but he's
7.
getting better.
7.
Yeah.
The woman that turns her head and looks at you is not one that you recognize, though you have this strange sense of familiarity. You don't recognize who this person is. They're probably late teens, early 20s at the oldest. Very fine, angular features, thin to the point of gauntness, as opposed to it being a typical build. It just seems as if they're almost malnourished. The clothes that they're wearing are masculine in nature and seem to hang more upon the very much smaller frame of this person. She has brown hair, but her face and hair are both streaked with mud and grime and dirt. She is wide-eyed. Her seafoam green eyes are just, they're dinner plates in her head as she turns and looks at you. As you basically now have Oswald pointing at, the corner of her eye at this point.
I'm gonna take this rifle down. Don't do anything stupid though. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I load a rifle.
She turns and lowers her hand, or lowers her hands, looks at you, and I want you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Good thing I have a good dexterity saving throw. 18? 19.
You are able to jump out of the way as she twitches and moves towards you quickly. You're able to hop out of the way and re-raise your weapon, and realizing with how on edge you are after a second after reacting that she attempted to hug you.
Lower my
She
rifle.
pulls the hood off of her head. And the same thing. It's one of those things, you just can't.
You know me, don't you?
Of course. She kind of leans forward and looks at you. You haven't aged a day.
Yeah, time has passed a little strangely. You weren't one of those kids that we saved back when we were here last.
Yeah, Mika. No, remember me?
Were you the last time you saw me?
Well, yeah, you guys. I mean, it's been a long time, but
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
and
been
the
a-
others. You saved me from the hags. They were going to eat me, and you killed them.
It's been a while, but
And your little friend, he turned into like this weird creature and ran off, and we tried to help you find him.
that took us a good day. All right. Why don't you come with me and we come back to Shadowfoot Manor?
Is it safe?
For now, it's safer than the open streets.
Well, not if there's vampires around.
That's what I mean by safer than the open streets. There's no vampires there at the moment.
Oh, okay.
We've come under attack a few times, but
Go ahead and roll me another perception check.
Harry,
Now that you're this close.
do you need air support?
I think I'm good.
Fire
I came
effect
into
on
an
my
old
position.
friend. Why do I roll on those? 13.
Okay.
Your own personal.
You're still that. As much as you're trying to put a face with a name and trying to really trying to focus on who this person is, it's just gone. Maybe she's changed too much. But you remember it was 2 little boys and a little girl. I mean, the little girl had brown hair. She has brown hair, maybe. But I mean,
Was there 2 others with you that day?
ah.
Are they still around?
And she her face falls a bit.
Oh.
No, not anymore.
Do you know why they're so busy today?
Every once in a while, everyone comes out and they begin acting strange. It usually means something's coming, something's going to happen.
That's what I was afraid of.
I don't know what. The last time I saw them take streets this much, there was an attack on the church burned to the ground.
Guys, I think Shadowfoot Manor is about to be attacked.
Well, was that a difficult observation to reach?
No, but I found some more information.
Triswynn, wake up!
Just carry her.
Give her a swift kick in the ass.
As
Yeah.
you go to shake Triswynn, it takes probably a good 3 or 4 minutes to bring her to rouse her, bring her around.
That's a crack.
And she
later.
varies. I mean, you're coming out. It feels like you've been asleep for years.
I'll
You're
still reach
lift-
and then.
Well, it's so weak. Even if you had the belt of giant strength currently on you, it'd be like a child reaching out with how you've never felt like you have slept that deeply before. And it was not a refreshing thing. It wasn't a comfortable thing. It was almost terrifying in a respect of it felt like it was hard to come back from that.
Oh, yeah. It's nappy time, but it might be attacking us soon, so wake up. Please. Yeah, grumpy. Get up, put on your clothes. It's a hammer. It's a hammer.
Very slowly.
And it is very slowly. I mean, again, you feel weak.
Well, if anyone's in the room with me, they're getting a shit. I don't care.
Oh, Putter's not there.
So Flynn,
Not staying in the room.
so as soon as she pulls it, it's like nope, turn around and walk out. Okay.
Oh,
Ella
so that's
does-
What about you?
Elder
Is your
would
room
look
as
at her
well?
eyes out.
I'll help her.
He does the brotherly thing and helps you get, dressed. You looking at the armor, you give it a dubious look, and you're not entirely sure whether or not you would actually be able to stand under that weight.
After
Okay.
she's closed, I force her.
Okay. Like even Lasaga's Ascendance looks a lot heavier than it normally does.
Right.
So while that's happening, Mika will follow you.
Sorry about shooting at you.
Oh, yeah, that was a little scary, but
We're gonna go see
you
Cass again.
you
The leader.
really missed me badly. So it's
There was a little mist in the way.
well, I'm glad for that. And she will follow you back to Shadowfoot Manor, though she seems to be very much on edge.
I understand. I would be too.
If she
In
got
fact, I am
shot
on
at-
edge already.
I'm sorry.
I'd be on edge too if I got shot at by a large caliber rifle,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Are we
turn
heading back
my,
now?
then turn my head and see large caliber.
You must
caliber
communicate
rifle
with me. I can't
come
see
out of
you.
nothingness.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you can easily when she moves out, steps out on the street. Now you can see him. Like he's no longer trying to be
And
stealthy.
let's not forget who's
Well, we
wielding
are
the
trying to
rifle.
be
It's
a bit
Pepe Le
stealthy.
Pew reincarnated.
You were still outside, and you will easily see them kind of materialize from the mist itself as they grow closer, and will head towards Shadowfoot Manor.
Who's that?
That's an old friend of sorts.
What's that? Does it have pointy teeth? Do I need to ban something?
No.
I look at her. Can you smile for me?
She smiles.
No teeth? No pointy teeth?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
You suck at these things. You trust everyone.
Worst ranger ever.
12.
Her age is indeterminate, but she would have to be, thinking about it, she'd have to be early 20s, maybe even mid 20s. Because she was about 5 years old when you saved her life, 6 years old when you saved her life, right around there. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, she's so dirty. She smiles. She's got a peasant teeth. Doesn't look like she's had a whole lot of time for, oral hygiene. So they're not the best teeth that you've seen. Not the worst teeth that you've seen. Walking around Regalport and the streetwalkers there. But it's difficult to tell. If you have seen someone who before was able to hide that nature, where their fangs aren't always out. They're able to, when they go to feed or when they're aggravated, then the canines extend.
So I don't completely let my guard down to her, but
Okay.
I don't think she's got any pointy teeth. But I'll let you take a look at her. If you are gentle.
Where's the gent?
She's walking with you, she's kind of giving you an odd look as you're talking.
I'll explain later, but I'm not talking to myself. I promise. Ah, crap. I was always the oddball, wasn't I?
I was gonna say about flying down lower.
You can easily see them. She looks the way. Go on, roll me a perception check.
That's a wow, that's sweet. I rolled high, 26.
She moves with a very pronounced limp to her step. She, as you get closer, she is very much emaciated. Not thin, but malnourished, and stinks, and is very dirty. As
High Ironos?
after a minute, you guys will arrive at Shuttlefoot Manor again.
Well, let's see her. None of you guys remember her because you weren't here, but
I'm in the library still sitting down.
Where the hell have you been surviving?
Wherever I can. It's dangerous in the cities.
Smells like the sewer.
the fact that you're still around gives me a bit of hope, though.
A bit of suspicion.
Well, alright, Flynn, if you want, you can make sure she's not a vampire. And do your little, milk-goody thing, too.
What, set her on fire and see if she turns into a vampire?
No! Don't make me save her once just to have to save her from you.
Save me from who?
Aren't we back there where you can see Flynn?
Oh, Flynn's in the house still. You guys are like, imagine you guys collected at the front of Shadowfoot Manor. You're speaking, she's not hearing his responses, just hearing yours.
Well, let's go inside and meet the great Flynn.
Wait, don't invite her inside.
We've been over this. The vampires don't matter. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, they don't need an invitation anymore.
That's stupid.
I know.
Didn't you read the name of the last episode, Ill-Mannered Guests?
But
God, are you even subscribed to the channel? Come on!
if Ernos breaks the fourth fucking wall,
Just right through it.
I just shattered it with
Like the
my
Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah!
As you
He
all,
gets hit by lightning, right? If he breaks the fourth wall.
we'll see. We'll see.
I can do
Probably get hit
combat.
by lightning.
You all are able to enter Shadowfoot Manor. Do you follow?
I'm staying outside because I don't know where there are fart children. Pinky child in there.
Draconis are getting something bad's about to happen.
Less of a child, more. She's
She's
probably a
sneaky.
grown adult,
No,
but
she's an adult.
she definitely smells like you do when you're in the wild. So to you, she doesn't stink at all. This is just a normal scent to you. How you would smell in the Towering Wood, it seems like she's masked her scent.
She really smells like.
Well, then I retract that and replace it with, he just brought a girl home. I don't want to be anywhere near whenever he gets after this dirty thing.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah.
Draka, get inside. Something bad will happen soon, I think.
Rocky.
We'll watch out for it.
No, come in here.
Actually, you know what?
It wouldn't be such a bad idea to have.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a watch.
Yeah, but outside, we can't help him. Not good.
I'm literally right against the front door.
Okay, whatever.
You're
Different
literally
door.
all giving me a headache.
Hey,
I'm also
Triswynn,
not going inside
What?
because of that.
I found someone familiar.
Library. Talking to her
Going to
and
the
having difficulties with my armor. I have managed clothing and the belt.
Tristan, you remember Mika?
She walks through the house. She'll walk through the house with you. Arrives at the library. Her demeanor doesn't change much when she enters the house. And as you lead her to the library, open the door, her eyes kind of go wide as soon as she sees Rotmir standing there. Then sees Triswynn, and you go ahead and roll me a straight intelligence check.
And 20 minus 6.
Shut up! It's not that bad!
Wow. Look at that's some low numbers. Negative.
Fuck you all, it's
I'm not talking about the
14.
modifier.
Plus
Nothing.
minus
There's no
two.
minus.
When you entered, I'm sorry, was the, sorry, give me 1 sec.
That was the bone grinder, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the old
bone
bone grinder. You remember the old bone grinder because you had a moment there that you felt proud that you managed to knock a hag straight through a brick wall within the old bone grinder itself and then smash her skull on the rocks below.
Oh yeah.
So that's something that you remember, something that you're proud of.
Mhm.
But the sight of that child who you couldn't save, eviscerated and being used, his bones being ground to powder, and the rest of his parts being used for their broth, never left you. And the 3 children starving to death in the cages at the top of the old bone grinder. A scene that scene as well you'll never forget. Gave you nightmares for a long time. I mean, she looks really similar to that little girl. I mean, this could be her. I mean, obviously 20 years older, but it could be her. It's that seafoam green eyes that really stand out to you.
I help her.
Walk over. How tall is she compared to me? I'm 6'2".
Oh yeah, she's like 5'4". She's
Kinda
tiny.
like crouched down. Face. Face. Remember your live. The other two.
You see, she's got tears rimming her eyes. She looks into you and she gives you a hug. Pulls away after
I
a
kinda do
long
that.
moment. Yeah, he pulls away after a long moment. They're not. Berg, he died, and Leon, he's one of Sprout's now. He gave his life so I could escape. I'll never forget him. But what? I mean, I may have been a child, but you promised long ago to him. And at this point, you see she's starting to break down. Tears are beginning to stream down her cheeks. As you promised. You told me, you promised me.
Pushed out of it. And sent back to where we came from.
She breaks down to the point where her body's racked with sobs.
I'll try to hold her
Cries.
as much as I can.
She has a good solid cry, probably more than just seeing you all again, and it's more than just that. It's probably everything that's happened to her, probably in the last few years, that she just slowly broke down. That she just broke down completely. She needed a good hard cry. And after probably about 10-15 minutes, she's able to collect herself back up. In that time, what are you all awkwardly doing? That you're just watching this young woman bawl her eyes out.
I sit down.
Keeping watch from the upper story.
Okay. What direction are you watching?
Moving from window to window.
Okay, so you're trying to keep watch all the way
Yeah.
around. It's clear enough that there's enough light and the mist isn't so thick today that you're able to see there is a lot of movement on the streets. And if not for that strange kind of lizard brain feeling in the back of your mind that something is off about it, it would look like a typical day. I mean, it's the subtle things that get you, like no one's saying hello to each other as they walk by, you know. You don't hear the buzz and talking of merchants and things like that. It's people are moving about. If there's any kind of conversation that's too low for you to hear and too subtle for you to make out from this distance.
Something very wrong. We need to be going.
What do the rest of you do?
I kneel down with her. We're here to defeat. We're back.
Well, if you're doing that by the time she's crying, like she's unconsolable for about that 10 to 15 minutes.
I just sit down with her and Triswynn.
I'm
And
gonna begin flying circuits.
So you had take back to this guy?
Does she respond to me opening an iron ration?
When she's crying, no. Everything's forgotten except her grief for about that 10 to 15
I'll
minutes.
set an open ration next to her
Yeah.
when she's ready. And then I'll look at Triswynn and say, I'm going downstairs to prepare for something that would happen.
It probably
Mary,
will.
help me.
So I go downstairs.
Okay.
I'm ready to bolt out the front door if
Alrighty. So after she has herself a good cry, and you don't just awkwardly crowd around her and watch her do this.
I try to hold.
And if she's not, I'm trying to.
How on your circuits of flying around, are you getting close to people? Are you trying to stay up to where you're high enough that you can still see everything, like you're out of bow range, but can still see people moving about? Or are you trying to investigate what's going on?
I'm keeping an eye out for movement that's beyond what's in the.
Okay,
So
so
I'm keeping an eye in the direction that vampire missed it off into.
okay, that's hard west. Oh, I'm sorry, hard east at this
Just
point.
because the distraction's one direction doesn't mean the attack's not coming.
So do you want to head? I mean, head to the edge of the city. You got maybe
Kind of focusing on the
maybe
back
about
of the map.
150 yards of visual range in any one direction. So to see the edge of Valaki to the east, you would be well out of eye shot of Shadowfoot.
Yeah, I'm keeping it close.
Okay.
The way you move, of course.
Okay. So once she calms down and she collects herself back up, she sees the ration and she like picks it up. And when you all don't say anything, she just immediately begins to start eating. I mean, ripping. Her hands are so dirty, so grimy, but she doesn't seem to care. She just starts ripping chunks of the dried meat and the dried bread and just shoveling it in her mouth, like eating so fast that she could easily make herself sick or choke. But she doesn't seem to care.
I've got one of those in my pack, don't I?
Oh yeah, everybody's got iron ration.
I'll give her another one.
Well, the amount that she's eating is like a day's worth.
Oh, okay, then maybe I
You
won't.
do a full iron ration, right? That's like a day's worth of food, and she wolfs that down.
I give her whatever kind of ale we got to help her
You
wash
got-
it down.
You hand her your wineskin.
Yes.
She takes it. What is that?
Something to soothe your soul a little.
Water?
Well, if you must.
And she takes the water skin and she just drains it. He lowers it down and
I have a feeling, from what you're telling me, that we may not be safe here, so we're gonna get ready to move here pretty quick. You gonna come with us?
Tell everybody about.
Oh well. By the way, you want to go tell Cass?
I don't know how safe it is to move. I don't know. They said it's odd. I came into the city because some mild rumors have been spreading that you all returned.
Well,
But I see, just don't recognize everyone else.
some of us came back, some of us didn't. Some of us fell along the way.
No, Battlefield Manor. I know Tass has been holed up here for years, and he's opened the doors to me and some other war butts. Any kind of large group of people invariably gets attacked. And trying to stay keep a low profile. I mean,
I know it's not much. There's not much that you can do on that, but we are going to be trying to go against Strahd. Is there anyone among the people that you know that could fight?
you'd asked years ago, yeah.
And now they've all.
At this point, I'll give this to the two of you. You see beneath her cloak, probably while she's racked with sobs and you're holding her close, you can feel a bit of metal like dig into into your chest a bit. When you look down, you see she has a token of the Order of the Feather. It's that same the round disc with the feather coming off of it. Still done in silver, probably plated silver.
Do I have one on you?
Yes.
Where did you get that? As I point to mine.
Years ago, before they were routed by Jareth, I joined.
I killed him finally.
Good. I just wish it could have happened years ago.
Yeah,
But
I do too.
I mean, there's few of us, stretched around. You can find us in the ruins of cities and Bresk. Still here within Valaki, like myself, but and be hard to get word around, and it's dangerous to collecting groups.
And maybe it'd be best if you guys just stayed that way until we dealt with this.
It's something about being close to the husks. Scent. Vampires don't seem to, werewolves don't care for the taste of just they staying close. That's camouflage.
That's a good idea.
It's only gotten worse over the last. All that. There were pockets of resistance everywhere fighting against God, but he's pretty much crushed them all. Dust. There's none of us left. They're looking for someone to take the fight to Strahd. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
And he'd be better just trying to protect the people that he's got.
And
Well,
please
here.
wake up. Of kindness with your
Well, when you're ready, here's another 2 days worth of rations.
Go wake up Taz.
she looks at it hungrily, but she just stuffs it into a dirty knapsack that she has,
That's a good girl.
knowing she doesn't want to just regurgitate all of it. You knock on Tass's door, and you very clearly hear. That's mean to say, but if you remembered what Liam would, you would very much recognize cussing in Halfling. And you've heard it from Cade before, but this is just like a stream, like a river of cussing as he finally pulls his door open. And, what?
There's something very wrong outside. I think getting to do something.
He kind of blinks his eyes a bit, goes and walks to the window, and starts looking out there. Okay. He kind of looks over at you and goes, I want you to go out there. And I want you to get real close to them. I want you to look in their eye. Tell me what you see.
I have to do this.
I'm not. I haven't even slept.
Yeah, but you obviously said the best choice for this.
No, you're talking about how you're a great priest and you help people and things like that. So walk your happy ass out
I
there.
am a great priest and I do help people. But I'm
This-
not doing this.
this-
Hey, Anos, why don't you look into the eyes and see what's in the eyes?
This is a great opportunity for
Task
you.
is asking.
I start
I
walking.
sincerely
out.
doubt that.
Okay, so Thraka, as you're standing at the door closes, you look over, you see Rotmir kind of stomping off the porch and heading towards the street. You just watch him go, you follow.
I'll follow him.
Okay, so Thraka locks in step with you. As you all make your way to the street, you're like, yeah, this is the most you guys have seen in movement around Valaki, but I mean, it's maybe the level of Greenheart, which is for you like a typical city, what you've seen, but from where you're from, that's nothing. I mean, you've been to Chroma Peak, and you've seen what crowds of people look like. I mean, what you thought were crowds were nothing. I mean, just oceans of people moving in one direction. It's not quite like that. It's more level of Greenheart, which is dozens of people moving about, and close to Shuttlefoot Manor is where the merchant square is. And you can see that there are stalls being opened up and coin is being exchanged. Both of you go ahead and roll me an insight check real quick before anything else.
And the luck point.
Yeesh.
Dude, roll a real die.
Or really roll the die.
What'd you
one of
get?
the two.
And yeah?
How much better?
Okay. There's just this strange feeling in the back of your head. I mean, can't quite put your finger on it. And this is just from like the edge of the Shadowfoot Manor's property that you guys see this.
So
What do you all do from
over
there?
the sending stone, I said, while I'm out here, what am I looking for?
Fine, I'll do it.
Okay.
We're supposed to go and look them directly.
Oh, the windows are boarded up, so you got to go to the front and then make your way
Jump
out.
out the window.
So he said that.
He says what?
And I said that we're supposed to go look them in the eye really good.
So I go and look one in the eye really good.
You walk up to him. You see the first one you see is an older gentleman. He's stuffing stuff into a sack. He takes a sack and he throws it up over his shoulder. And he begins to walk. When you approach him, what do you do?
Look him in the eye.
As he, do you get in his way and
Yeah.
force him to look in his eye, or you see him? He goes, oh, what? Oh. As you push him back, you see roll me an insight check.
Our groups.
14.
14.
I rolled really low.
The dice tell the story.
Now,
Yes.
normally, when you walk up to some random stranger in the street, as they approach you, like kind of push them back and look directly in their eye, a different kind of reaction happens. This one, the reaction seems muted. He doesn't seem to be angry. He doesn't seem to be irritated. Just he stops for a moment and looks you in the eye. That's really all you see at this point. He kind of looks at you. Excuse me, little man. Okay. And he goes to walk around you.
I don't invent him. I try it with another person.
You walk over to the next person. Next person you see is an older woman. She's literally just sweeping the front of what looks to be a market stall that she's opened up, and looks like there hasn't been a whole lot of maintenance done in this place. And I mean, the dust here is thick. And she's sitting there with her broom, and she starts cleaning it up. What do you do?
Look her in the eye.
So you walk up, and this one is as you approach, she kind of looks up, and she smiles. Go to roll me an insight check.
One
15.
more than the last time.
15. The smile doesn't touch her eyes. When you first arrived within Valaki, you all came across quite a few of these husks that Perry and Triswynn pointed out to you, and they showed you like how oddly they move and how different they are than what typical people should be. How they react so differently. When you look in the eyes, you see the first bit of emotion. When she smiles, she's not smiling with her eyes. It's very much almost like a customer service kind of smile. Just like it's a reflective action. But there is definitely something that she seems more energetic.
Over the sending stone, I'll say muted response, but I got some emotion out of one of them. Almost as if the start of customer service. It looks like they're changing coin, and
As you
getting the-
look around, you can see they are definitely setting up for like a typical market day.
a market day. Is that what I'm supposed to find?
Flynn is making his way towards you. You see him. He's just kind of.
Cass was on this little circuit.
Nope. Tass has already headed back into his bed to go back to sleep. He's been up for about 40 hours straight, so he's trying his best to get rest, despite what you all try to keep him up.
Yeah, right.
Well, Tuss doesn't seem too worried about it.
Flynn,
Yes.
as you get down to the street, you see Thraka kind of standing there, like keeping overwatch. As you see Rotmir walk up to one guy, kind of get in his way a bit, and then as that guy walks around, he walks up to a lady and begins looking at her. What are you doing at this point?
Go up to one of them and look him in the eye like Tass said.
Okay. So you find a random person, or just first one you come up to?
Is there any that look like they stand out from the crowd? That they're not interacting correctly?
Well, several people stand out, mainly the ones that seem to be like they're setting up for a typical market day. Like they're literally getting stalls ready.
Yeah.
They're the lady that he's currently like in front of and talking to. She's literally sweeping the steps that look like they haven't been swept in a long time.
Yeah.
Another one you see is unlocking his door, opening up his doors, and he begins
Somebody
bringing
that
stuff
looks
out.
like their actions aren't fitting right. Like they're trying to do.
You see one that's leading it seems to be a donkey that's leading a smaller cart and just kind of slowly meandering through the street.
I'll go look in his eye.
Okay.
That'll do it. 26.
As you approach, they don't tend to make eye contact unless you directly, speak to them or try to interact with them. And when you come up and hail him, he looks up at you. As I told him before, when you first got to Valaki, you saw some of these husks and the way they acted. It was odd because everything's muted. They don't show. They have no overt displays of emotion. You get a sense of when this person looks at you, they're much more energetic than normal. They seem to have more energy. They're livelier. When he hails you, there's almost a slight smile to his face, though the smile doesn't really transfer to the eyes. It's the most normal interaction that you've seen with one of these things since you've been here. I mean, every time you guys travel through Valaki, you see these husks. Every time you guys travel through, they're everywhere. I mean, there's literally tens of thousands within Barovia that exist here. They're just where they used to be like kind of the minority. Now they're the overwhelming majority.
Did they look livelier when the vampires were closer too?
Oh, when you guys got to Shadowfoot Manor the night before, you guys had already arrived when it was like nightfall, and pretty much most people were closed up behind doors. You didn't really notice any difference when you guys entered Valaki from the husks that were there at that point. They were still milling about and doing their things, but most of them like heading home for the night, locking their doors and things like
Is there
that.
anything I can think of? Any magical reason why they'd be more animated?
What the hell did Straw
With
take
with,
back?
with a 26, the more you start thinking about it, the more it's not just the husks. You're beginning that overwhelming dread that you felt that was always tickling at the back of your throat. Like the hairs in the back of your neck are always standing on it. That feeling like just something is wrong, just wrong. That feeling it feels a lot lessened since you first got here.
When did it feel lesser?
It's hard to pinpoint, but since you woke up in the morning, it's been a slow realization of like it feels different here.
It feels bad because Strahd's here, and Strahd's doesn't feel bad. Is Strahd not here? You find a way back?
Well, maybe what we did at the Argon Vostholt weakened his power. some way.
No, it didn't feel different after that. It felt different this morning after he took something from Triswynn.
Yeah, but let's circle back around to what to get back.
Triswynn,
Did she have the door key?
you said that he took back something that was.
What did he take?
What?
You have no recollection of saying anything.
No, that's not good.
I don't know what you're talking
Well, when you woke up,
And Triswynn gets up and runs to the lavatory.
about. Yeah.
How's,
Well, not runs. How about
Yeah.
how's the weed
howling
feel?
is happening?
Go ahead and roll me a religion check.
Okay, well that's not as good.
I spend a luck
Because
point
my
for him.
religion is no, it's just because my religion isn't nearly as good as my insight.
Because you're not really a holy man.
I am a holy man. I just
You're a
you know
con
didn't
man of
study
Elandra.
very much. That too.
No, you studied plenty. Just aren't that
22.
smart.
As in you.
It's you've been on edge since entering this place. You guys have been at this point. You guys have been in Barovia for almost a week now, with all of your traveling that you've done. I mean, you guys have been in here for about 5.5 days, almost 6 days, so better part of a week. And since arriving, when you first arrived, you felt that muted presence of Elandra. You couldn't hear her as well. You could barely feel her touch.
Mhm.
You have that feeling that you can, it's like normal. You can feel her presence again.
Whatever's holding the gods out of this realm is gone. We need to see if Stradzit is player.
I'll vocalize this, but Mr. Zarovich, look at the sword. What would cause your brother's power to suddenly wane?
His power is not waning. Anything that's grown.
Well, there's something different. The husks more active, influences lessened here at Maki.
Feel his presence at all around us. If anything, greater than before.
I think we're looking at that backwards. I think we're getting closer to it.
could be.
Two possibilities of that. Looking way too optimistic.
It's not optimistic if Strahd's back on regular plane at all.
Is your brother powerful enough to merge this reality with the one we came from?
I have been away for a long time, and I have not seen his power first. His goal is to indeed return Corvair as we had left Corvair. He has had a great many years to bring that plan to fruition. But as I have been long asleep, do not know.
They are running out.
He is still near.
Still in this amber hold? Hold me up.
He pauses for a moment. He is still to the south.
Hey, you can talk to
Why are
Mom
you
again.
so weak? Why are you so
You
weak?
can talk to Mom.
Because the vampire came in the middle of the night, did her a great medical service, and
I under that.
Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh! With my +3?
You
don't
are a paladin.
don't you know that's a legitimate medical procedure?
Examination.
Remember the extra +1 we got it.
Yep, don't forget everyone, you have your additional +1 from the gift of Argynvost. Or the blessing of Argynvost. 19? You get a vague recollection of a very strong presence standing over you. but that's all you remember.
Good to go.
Are you missing anything?
With that saving throw, it's one of those things where you don't realize how sick you felt until you finally feel better. And it's not like, wow, I felt like crap. And you realize for a very long time, you've just haven't felt right, but just became accustomed to it. For the first time in a long time, you feel whole. There is definitely something missing. That pang of doubt, that little kernel at the edge of your consciousness that you couldn't ever really reach out and just touch and take hold of. That feeling is gone.
I don't think it's a physical thing or something. You know how it felt when you practically said that you were alive but you weren't?
I'd like you to go ahead and roll me a straight intelligence check.
It's a +0, everybody. Let's pray for high roll. No, that's a 7.
Living on a
I'm
prayer.
being told sounds a little wonky.
Hmm?
I'm being told sound.
Okay.
It's off by about 2 seconds.
Yeah. I noticed that from last.
What'd you roll?
7.
7? Okay. Yeah. It's hard to place your finger on just when you started feeling like this.
Was it? That was so good.
No. It was definitely after you returned to Corvair.
Huh. So during the Grey Mist.
You can't quite put your
Around
finger. What, with a
Something.
7? You can't
Yeah, I
quite
know.
put your finger on it.
This was
You know,
sure.
you seem to have a lot of psychologically wrong with you. No matter where we go, you always got something in your head.
Yes, this is coming from the man with the bunny garden and
Can you still draw
Wait.
the power of your hammer?
the saga. I don't feel like I can lift my armor, brother, but I do feel better than I.
Yes.
And I mean, a long time. Not quite from when we were here, but it's like it started when we got back.
Maybe he left something in you.
I don't know.
Regardless,
Can I
you need to
pick up
get
the
moving.
You
We're running
can.
out of
It
time.
takes some effort, but you're able. You're slowly, recovering, taking time to rest a bit. You're able to pick it up. It's a very, familiar, comfortable feel.
Well, Rod's brother says he's still to the south.
If we go, we take the castle and break some power, and then we turn south.
At this point, you hear a feminine voice speak up. If you're speaking of Castle Ravenloft, there's a den of vampires. What was that place? Since Tass made his last assault on Strahd, burned most of it to the ground. It's been greatly declined, but there is vampires that still haunt its halls.
Pretty fun to take care of some of them.
How many would you say? You had to guess.
It's hard to say. Maybe a dozen, maybe
Vampire.
more.
You know anything of this Amber?
I don't go anywhere near there. There's he came back there before he was killed. Told me that there was a great many. Was almost looked like an army gathering. Amber Temple. But I dare not. He said he barely escaped.
Well, the army's still there. We're going to have to go through the army to get the rod.
Is there any other strongholds outside of Samba Temple and the castle?
Well, you have the werewolves called the Woods, their home. Vampires, besides the few parties that go through the other cities looking for survivors, looking for more of the non-husks. Besides that, I think has gathered most of his strength to him.
He takes the castle down south.
All right, sounds good. How long do you think before you can put that armor on? Or lift your hammer? All right, all right. Over there and start manhandling Triswynn.
Much.
Don't I always?
So you begin strapping your armor on. It's you're weak, but you're feeling better and better as time goes on, and it's that strange thing of like
Didn't know I was sick.
didn't know you were
It was
sick
better.
until you felt better.
Well, we'll prepare a quick meal before we go.
He should probably plan. Just in retaliation.
We'll let them know when we leave. There'll be some time once we leave before anything happens.
Sure, I do recall Straw being vindictive.
Aye. But I'm pretty sure you can wrangle everyone up in about 5 minutes.
This is not our concern, it's that of Taps. We need to be about our business to save them.
We'll give him enough warning so that he can do what he needs to.
That's
But
for
this
leaving. Make sure that the people don't die. That's good.
I'll go, like,
Next person that wakes me up is going to get stabbed.
pass.
All right, I'm leaving.
Come on.
This may be goodbye again. This time permanent to us.
He opens his door, looks at the two of you. Come back, right?
Right, but
Do our best.
I might need to.
Great. It'd be great if I could get some sleep to do that.
I'm just warning you now.
Okay.
Save my cats.
You haven't been here for years.
They're my cats.
They're my cats.
Give me a
I'm
hug
still
before you go to
torn.
sleep, little one.
Wait, why are you hugging?
Because I may never see him again.
So I'm okay. That's weird. I'm half naked, but okay.
Well, I mean, don't rub your junk up against me.
Have you finally come to
Man,
terms
besides
with your
Marcy.
sexuality?
5 years ago.
Okay.
Actually, no, it was probably about the time that I got stabbed multiple times by a hot woman.
So you realize that you like to be. Never mind. We won't go there.
Yeah, he likes the penetration.
Get some rest.
Get yourselves some rest. If you go seek to hunt more vampires, blessings to you.
We'll be going in a bit. Just wanted to give you a heads up.
Oh, if you turn south and you head for Strahd, you give me word before you do, so I can lend my blade to the fight.
Very well.
Oh, come on! I'm not as young as I used to be.
You enjoy it.
No!
Yes, you do.
Oh, God, my back. Put him down, and he
Put him in a
kind
vice
of
grip
limps
with
back
metal
to his
plates.
bed, and
Mika's here. Remember one of the children we rescued from Max?
yeah, if she's here, she won't be here for long. She never is.
She seemed to
Please
grow
make
up
sure she
anyway.
bathes.
Alright, Pippi, look for you, calm down.
As as he closes his door, goes back into sleep. Rotmir cooks you all a hasty meal, but tasty. Fills you up, warms you to the bones. By about midday, you all are able to take to the streets of Valaki and head to the south gate in order to head towards Castle Ravenloft, if that is your goal. And it's a very odd feeling. Almost familiar to the two of you, but still alien in nature of moving through the streets of Valaki when, for all intents and purposes, the city seems to be alive with activity.
Very bizarre.
No, that's the
If you weren't flying, that's
Disadvantage on your next check.
Well, when the GM gives you disadvantage on your next check, you know you punned right.
Oh, so punny, so punny. As you all exit Valaki, leaving the city behind, you all can make your way heading east along the old road, the old Slavic road, or the old Svalich road. The same thing as before. It's not raining this time, thankfully. And Harry, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
25.
Oh, you would have advantage on this because you're in your favorite terrain.
Well then,
Let's see. You can roll natural
what did I
20.
roll?
25.
No, what was the other one? Like a 19?
19.
Yeah, so that's
25.
yeah, 25.
Okay. Almost imperceptible to most people, but you surviving as you have in all types of environs, you being the ranger of the skill level that you are, and having this as your favorite terrain, the sky is far brighter than it has ever been since you've been in Barovia.
I wonder why I know so much mist. Yeah, we probably should make haste.
Well, let's hope that the vampires haven't learned to walk in the sun.
Mentally, I'll ask Strahd's brother, is this what you would do?
In what regard?
Going after
You're killing
6 vampires instead of your brother?
I would love to go after them, but having 6 dead vampires or 6 vampires at your back while you're fighting Strahd is not.
Okay.
Better to not have it back.
Alright.
As you all begin, you guys know heading back to Castle Ravenloft, it's about a day's walk from where you guys currently are, from Valaki. Are you following the road, or are you trying to cut through cross country to get there as fast as possible?
As fast as possible.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a survival check with advantage. Since this is your favorite terrain.
So that is 20.
20. You know these woods fairly well. And as you guys are headed through the woods, one of the things that you would also notice, the woods themselves, they were off-putting with how silent still they were. Now, you see there's more sounds within the forest. Not like a typical forest. In a typical forest, untouched by humanity, it is loud. We're talking like New York City loud in a lot of times, with branches creaking and critters running through the underbrush and the sound of bugs and things like that. It's not quite to that level yet, but where before you could have walked for hours without hearing so much as a rustle from a bunny running through the underbrush, now it is much more common to hear and feel the sounds of the forest around. Even the creaking of wood as it sways in the wind seems more pronounced than. And all of you can tell that mist is receded far enough away that you can now see when you're outside of the forest. You can see a good long ways at this point. Almost like every hour that passes, you can see further beyond.
You need to pay.
Hey, that's all right. I mean, they're probably gonna know anyway.
Now, cutting through straight from Valaki, going as the arrow flies, headed towards Castle Ravenloft, you cut down the trip by about a quarter of time. So you hit there, so instead of taking it a day, it'll probably take you about 8 hours of hard travel in order to get there, which will put you guys well into the night. Are you guys going to stop at nightfall, or are you guys going to continue to try to push on?
They're stronger at night.
Yeah, the stronger it's Corvair too. They start eating it.
Hey,
We don't know.
How much farther is it to the camp?
At this point, you guys have, by the time you guys hit nightfall, you guys have about another 3-4 hours of travel.
If we push on, they come, we fight them and kill them. They don't come, we find them and fight them and kill them. I don't see why we waste time.
agreed.
At this point, you guys are about at the old gate, that distance away, and now it's where you're having to head up into the hills to get to
How
Castle
far away is
Ravenloft.
it?
Sorry?
About how far away is
You guys are
Castle?
about 3 or 4 hours away from Castle Ravenloft.
About 2 hours away. I'm gonna use dark vision.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and give that to you now, unless something's gonna happen.
Okay.
He's the only one that doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, at this point, it's
He's a human.
you always have light at your back at this point. Because as long as Triswynn is holding Lasaga's Ascendants, it is giving off light like a torch.
Oh, well then never mind. Give me that back. I don't really need it. And that means that we're pretty not stealthy. But I guess it doesn't
never
really-
been stealthy. It's
I
like,
was when I had my ring.
That's true.
You were the stealthiest dwarf I've ever seen.
You were the stealthiest person in the party.
So you guys gonna push on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like perception checks from each of you, please.
Sweet.
Not a disadvantage because your ability to move at regular speed prevents your disadvantage on perception checks. So call them out.
25.
16.
17.
20.
20.
20.
So the 4 of you, not the 2 of you who rolled 16 and 17.
17, 16.
17, 16. So the 4 of you, as you all get closer to Castle Ravenloft, you can see, because for the first time since you have been in Barovia, there is starlight.
You will recognize those stars.
Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Why?
Nope.
Can I do that as a?
Come on.
I don't look.
Ranger?
I was gonna say as a.
I'll give you
survival check.
I'll give you advantage on the intelligence check.
Okay. I'll take that.
7.
Okay.
Hey, that's better.
I got
Intelligence
distracted
is
by a
shit.
little wisp of clouds.
Don't have no. Okay.
I rolled a 15. Thank you for the advantage.
14.
Okay. The 2 of you have traveled far enough, and you're kind of caught off guard by actually seeing starlight that you don't notice what they notice, which I'll explain in a moment. the two of you, having traveled a lot, charted star maps and things like that, traveling cross country, it is odd. It seems like there is double the amount of stars that there's supposed to be in the sky.
So we're seeing covariant stars.
It's almost like you're seeing an exact copy of every star in the sky that is shifted just slightly away from it.
Oh, well, at least we have a clock.
Disturbing.
The four of you, though, as you're walking and he's staring up at the sky, you notice this as well, but your eye is drawn to Castle Ravenloft.
Mm-hmm.
The four of you can see with the starlight, indeed, whatever happened at Castle Ravenloft, about half of it has been destroyed. There is only a single battlement that stands untouched by the flames. Most of the center structure has collapsed, but there are sections of it that still seem to be intact. Definitely looks like some kind of fire or battle raged through there and destroyed most of it. You also see, as you're approaching it, there is light within a few of those rooms. That as you draw closer, the light winks out.
Already,
Thank you for carrying your glow stick of warning the enemy we're coming.
I have never been stealthy, and you all know it.
are you back up to your normal strength? How you feeling?
You're feeling better. Go ahead and roll me another intelligence check, please.
I'm gonna use another die because
I gotta be frank, there's a gigantic difference between clank, clank, and especially in
I have the power.
I know, right?
On break, we can adjust the milliseconds and try to fix the.
You know, is it
announcing,
worse?
right? Because we know it's 2-second difference, so we can adjust
I
it.
feel like it
We can
drifts.
try.
I think it starts off. It seems like it starts off and it just gets worse.
Oh, okay. What?
5.
Okay. You are far too distracted by what's happening right now, especially if either of them call to attention the stars above.
Since when do vampires need?
There's probably just a fire to keep warm.
Vampires need to keep.
Well, let's do this smartly. Triswynn and Rotmere, you should probably go first. The two, you do your circly thing. I'll go off to the right. You two go off to the left.
What are you looking at me for?
Well, you and
He has a
Pork boy.
name.
Flynn and Thraka go off to the left. I'll circle to the
I
right.
will go right up the middle where the honor is. Thank you very much.
When have you been ever honorable?
Often as I've been holy.
As you're arguing,
So
I'm
never?
taking point.
Always.
Rotmere begins approaching.
That's a tricky one.
I go with Roddy.
True sight on myself.
Okay.
I sneak off the
I
flank.
retrained it when I had.
I sneak off the flank. To the
From
right.
a
Well, now there's
double
no
check, please.
now there's no super dark backdrop for me and lit up like a black shadow against a blue sky.
I'm not shiny.
I'm shiny.
You're not shiny.
Might as well be. No, I'm the opposite of shiny, which is
Shiny,
actually a
shiny.
problem at this point.
So we just fade into the shadows between the shinies.
Mm-hmm.
The awesomite.
Kind of miss the clouds now.
32.
I know. I can't help it. I know.
It's a 3
Contrasting in a bad way. Why you don't wear jet black when you're sneaking around.
Flynn man.
That is.
What you looking at?
getting the exact thing for that.
Every way possible to kill us and
Okay.
make it fair.
I see.
As you all approach it, by the time you guys see the light disappear, you guys are about a quarter mile away from Castle Ravenloft. But you guys are very clearly visible from where you guys are standing. Castle Ravenloft itself sits at the highest hill, and there is where you are approaching from. There is no cover. It's just rolling hills.
It's true seeing that.
Yeah. As you all approach
I will flap flap.
and get closer, you can see the southern end of it is what is currently surviving. The walls around it, the entire northern wall is basically crumbled, and it's left a sizable mound that you do have to climb over, but it almost looks like it was pulverized by something.
climbs the peasants.
Could we take a page out of Tass's book, set the rest on fire?
I like that idea. I do
Yeah,
not like this.
Not like we
building.
care about the
We have
diesel.
very little oil, and I wish to use it on vampires, not on
I'm
rock.
sure they have flammable
If-
items inside.
I'm pretty sure you're like the best person setting in fire and besides it.
Thank you, but maybe later.
You fart fire.
I keep going.
Have burn scars from you.
Okay.
Flaming balls of fire out your arse.
As you guys are having this conversation approaching steadily on, you get to the outskirts of Castle Ravenloft, what's left of it. What are you all doing?
Flapping up.
Taking point.
Tapping.
I sink in a sideway.
I'm pointing out the rooms that had light. And
Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our break right here. We'll be back here in a little bit to finish the rest of tonight's episode 26. So let's see what the Knights of Fate do coming up here. We're going to stretch our legs, walk around a bit, get some drink, go to the bathroom, things like that, and we'll be back. Stay tuned. And welcome back to this episode of Tyson Dudes. Got our legs stretched out, we're ready to go, got the stuff on the table that they are going to be searching out here in just a few minutes. So, as you all have now, what?
They say it could be used moving down a little.
Moving down a little?
Yeah,
It's all,
pushing
it was aimed well enough. And I think
that?
it most
yeah,
of
it's
it.
probably about it.
Okay. As you guys have approached and gotten closer to Castle Ravenloft, you have noticed that pretty much the entire first level has been burned out, while several of the supports are still intact, as well as the southern wall. The first floor is utterly barren, and there appears to be no easy way to the second floor, where most of Castle Ravenloft still stands. What are y'all doing?
Gonna flap and get a closer look at one of those windows that had
So is there
a
like
light in it.
It was on this wall here, on the western wall. That I've always, for those of you at home watching, facing away. I always face north for any orientation I place.
Unless it's really.
And we were coming from the
You guys are coming from the west,
He wants you to
west
go
heading
upwards.
east. So here on the west wall of the remaining of Castle Ravenloft, you saw within a window here and a window, like basically the two windows that connect to this area here, you saw light within those.
Okay.
High enough up that you could see it over the piles of rubble that surround Castle.
Alright. Am I flying over anybody?
Are you flying over anybody?
Well, I'm still going to the windows. That's actually more a question.
Is this window over here? Well, I'm gonna approach it. And is it something I'm claiming?
The outer wall of Castle Ravenloft has been pockmarked so badly, so many bricks missing, so much of the mortar gone and weathered through that it wouldn't be completely out of the question to simply climb it by hand. Normally, a fortress such as this, you want to keep those walls as smooth as possible, but there has been no maintenance. And according to Tass, the last time they attacked Castle Ravenloft was about between 9 and 10 years ago. So it's had quite a bit of weather going on the last 10 years.
Then I'll go to enter in through that window.
Okay, so you're heading that way. You're going up to try to get a bird's eye view, as it were. You're headed towards there. You're stomping straight towards
whatever the front door is?
the front. There is no more front door.
Hole in the wall?
There, it is basically what you're looking at is there's a few supports left on the first floor. The southern wall is still intact, but it is open air to the north of that. The only solid piece of this structure left is the southern wall.
Okay, so
And there's only bits of the west and bits of the eastern wall, but it is open to the air. from what you guys can see from the distance that you're at.
Alright, yeah, I will make myself a target right in the middle there.
Okay, so you're gonna start heading around, and how are you all heading? Okay, so you're right next to him. How about you?
Your fireball.
He's not following me. I'm invisible.
So casting invisibility.
Yep. I checked true sight's not in concentration.
Let me pull my thing up here so I have stuff. Alrighty. Okay.
And then I'll fly along 10 feet behind and 10 feet above rock.
Okay. You see Flynn disappear. What position do you take?
I'm just going to eat through the closest door.
So where these two are headed? Like where the door would have been. You can probably see the old decrepit remains of what would have been our front door, but I mean, it's got maybe one piece of stone still standing. The rest of it's destroyed.
Okay. I go in front of
Okay.
I say yeet.
Okay. So you begin eating with the rest of you as you all approach. Hard to see. There is 4 levels of Castle Ravenloft. So flying above, you don't see much. Most of the third floor's floor is still intact, creating a weatherable area that you could hide in, to escape the elements, things like that. So it's difficult to see into unless you try to go to the north and see along the few holes that you have in the second floor.
Yeah, I'm just making my way towards where one of those lights was.
Okay. Well, you definitely saw one through the window here, which window it's an arrow slit to see it through. This was a defensible fortress. It was made for
Is that
arrow siege.
slit big enough for me to get through?
Probably not.
Okay, then I will be approaching the closest opening to that.
So the same place that these 3 are heading.
Unless there's a crack in the wall on the other side.
You start heading around the other side. Okay. So you head around the other side. You're looking at the north. You're following behind them. It's most of the first floor looks like it was eaten up by the fire. Most of the walls have collapsed, but it looks like the load-bearing walls and columns and other things has stayed.
Fun times.
We're working on it. It's all a work in progress. All a work in progress. Oh god. Okay, so those of you who have the ability to fly can easily get up. It's about 25 feet off the level that you guys are currently on in order to get to the second floor. There's only a few openings above that into the third floor, which looks as if there's maybe just a few cubbies in there. It doesn't look like most of the third floor survived it. It looks like where the structure was strongest is the only parts that survived on this southern area here. So you got about 25 feet from ground level to reach the second floor, and there's no simple way for you to get up there at this point.
Is there anything can be roped to?
Actually, as you're looking up, you ask, go and roll me a perception check real quick.
17.
You can clearly see what looks to be an old weathered statue. You can't see any features on it, but you can see it was fairly well made. It looks sturdy. It has its arms outstretched. The base of it looks fairly thick.
I rope to it and
So
toss
you
it down to the
fly
Jesus.
up okay. So as you fly up, you can see inside a room here. You can see there's It looks to be an opening of a hallway. I mean, this place looks like it's seen better days. You can see rubble strewn across the floor. There's bits of wood and other detritus littering the room that you can see. There's also a hallway that extends on beyond that. You can pull out the rope out of your adventures, out of your backpack, tie it around there, and you can throw it onto the ground.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and hit Robin.
Roll a straight dexterity check.
Great, dex check. Nope.
What did you roll?
4.
A 4? You look up just in time to see a coil of rope just like bounce off of your chest.
Okay. No harm, no foul.
But it's
I will test it.
seems like it's fairly sturdy. Go ahead and roll me a just a straight dexterity.
I'm a ninja.
Wow.
A natural 20? You have insight, sudden burst of inspiration. These don't happen often, and you realize, oh, a bowline knot would be better here. And you don't remember, you don't know how you know how to tie this.
I know
Until you
exactly how I know how to tie this.
must be a remnant of your past life that just kind of cropped up.
Yeah.
Pirate of the Caribbean.
Because that's how you prepare Riga put girls for bed.
Wow. As this, it seems like it's on there. I mean, as you're pulling, it's sturdy.
I begin climbing.
Okay. Go to roll an athletics check.
I thought that was the knot that you had to use to keep the song in his pants.
Okay.
Did you roll a 1?
No.
Easy enough. You, I mean, you don't even use your lower body. You're just all upper arms. You're 25 feet. Pull yourself up, and you can see what he sees. It's an open room. There is detritus all along the floor. You can, now that you're closer, you can clearly see that there. It looked a lot more stable from the ground than it does now. And yeah, Tass did a damn good job trying to burn this place to the ground.
All right.
No, I think
We
you're
need to go down
mistaken.
rather
He
than
has a hand on the sword at all times. Thus, it was like some type of dwarven gorilla, like fucking
Well,
launching.
that would be
itself
one
onto
time that he'd probably put it in his belt to use his hands, you know. He doesn't want to try to kill himself to do this. So Rotmir and Flynn are in that room. What are the rest of you doing? Roll a d20.
Do I add my?
Roll it. Did you roll a 1? You're easy enough. With your belt of stone giant strength, on your waist, you easily haul yourself up there.
I around the back trying to see if there's any way to get in.
As you head around back, you see the south wall actually looks like it's pretty sturdy. There's a lot of those arrow slits through it. As you make your way further on, you can see the entire back half. It looks at one point, you've been inside Castle Ravenloft. You know it was about 250 feet from end to end, wide when you originally came in through here. About half of that on the western side is collapsed. And you can clearly see that there is an opening on the eastern side that you could get to.
Yeah, I'll climb up to that one.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an athletics check, please.
We have a rope on.
19.
Even without the rope, you managed to find a column that's relatively close to the exposed wall. You climb up the column and you just kind of do a parkour hop over there, grab a hold of the edge, and haul yourself up. You can see a hallway that extends to the left and down. Down that hallway, you can see at the end of it, it seems to open up into a wider area, but there is debris and fallen stones all over the floor in this area. Even right where you're at, looks like the walls immediately collapsed.
I will try and stealthily go down that hallway.
You would actually recognize this, a lot of this area originally from your first foray into here. This was at one point where Strahd's throne room and the attached rooms were to that area. This is all that's left of that.
I see what his phone might have been.
Well, as you get to that, Thraka and Arnos, what are you guys doing? You climb up the rope?
Before I climb up the rope.
I hope it's not wasted.
What are you doing?
Casting invisibility on myself.
Okay. So you got 1 minute of invisibility.
It says 1 hour.
For which one? You doing improved invisibility?
It says concentration up to 1 hour duration.
Okay, so you got invisibility as long as you're concentrating.
Yeah, it's the second level one, but it's 1 hour.
Yeah, so as long as you are concentrating, you got it.
I'm also going to slap Birdman with it because I could do additional
Nowhere near you,
targets.
though.
I thought we were both downstairs.
Oh, he's flying.
I'm flying around.
Yeah, he's flying around above you.
Oh,
I'm gonna see
I
about.
can't like attach to a rock and ping him, can I?
That would kill your invisibility.
It would be an attack.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool. Like you hear the bird squawk and just.
Because you knocked them unconscious.
Sorry, the range is touch. Sorry.
All right, so I'm invisible now.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna climb up.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take.
Go and roll an athletics check.
I'm gonna take a minute and actually apply
18
some.
plus a lot.
I'm gonna actually apply some holy oil to the spear of the desert wind.
Okay.
Busted. That's
Yeah. Well, I had 2 of them.
Yeah, it's you got to mark off use.
Did you?
No, I only give you one. You just need to mark off the use of it.
I can
So
go.
know that you only have 1 charge left. And what are you applying it to? The spear?
The spear.
Okay. All right. And then, are you doing anything else?
That
You
that
see the
actually
rest of
does-
them-
That actually does take a full minute. I'll try and keep up with them as I.
Okay. So after you apply, you watch them as they're entering into this place. So with
Floating
the
around, flying.
the 4 of you at this opening, and Perry with you at the other side. Who's doing what?
Going to flick Thraka's ear.
I can. Oh, he can see me, can he?
Yes, clear as day.
I am going to take a look to see, where Rod's throne was.
Well, you know this is the area. You know his throne would be around to your right. You'd have to continue that way. All right. So coming around as you enter this place, so you see there's a closed door. Wooden, looks like it's seen better days, though it's made of that same wood. No, it's Svalich wood. Of the Svalich forest, but it's good wood. It's held up to the weathering quite well. It is closed. The hallway continues on and turns to the right.
I guess I'll move.
Okay. As you approach, you can see there's a small hallway. It looks like at one point there would probably been another door here, but that wall is crumbled. You can see there is a closed door to your right down that little hallway. At the end of the hallway, there is an arrow slit.
I will ready my sword and
Okay.
I will be close enough to Flynn to.
Oh, you're not entirely sure where he is.
Oh, he's invisible too?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so I don't know where 2 people are.
No. You got you and Triswynn. So are you moving with him?
I will look at that door right there.
So you move up to look at that door, or look at the door that is immediately to your left. Okay. This one seems like it's seen better days. There are clear pieces of wood that have fallen between the slats where the wood connects. Though it is dark in the room beyond, hard to make out any kind of detail. The door. Do you try to open the door?
I will.
moment. Goodbye.
Okay. There is definitely a foul stench of undead very close to you. Within 30 feet of you.
But
Well, complete concealment you wouldn't
No.
sense, but there's
no, I'm saying,
something.
but there, it's I
And if there's more, total cover does block the effect.
Did I see any?
You have not seen anything yet, no.
been dead.
I'm gonna move on since I'm invisible as well.
So these
You
two
wanna
stop
open
at the
it like a
door
lantern,
directly in
or
front of you.
we
You guys
open
move
it?
on to hallway beyond?
No, I'll move up behind him and
Okay, so you're right behind them. All right, what action
Go
you
to
ready?
Open the door.
cast a spell if there.
Well, what spell? Okay, because you have to cast a spell and hold it as your action. So if it doesn't happen, the spell still fizzles.
Oh, never mind. Ready and attack it.
Okay, so with your stick.
Magic stick.
So you two standing at the door. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. The four of you,
The
please.
four of us.
Not you.
Yo,
Did
Uh,
you point at me with that?
No. The four of
I
them.
am a
Not you, Barry.
non-natural
Okay.
20.
Can I keep that for the next perception check?
20, not natural.
20 not natural. 20 not natural.
17.
17.
27.
You guys are. It's going from the strange feeling of the forest like slowly coming to life and hearing the sound of nature, and then coming to this place which is just dead stark silent. Your ears are now just so set, hypersensitive to pick up anything that you could hear. And you especially, and you two can hear soft movement coming from somewhere deeper into this place. Hard to make out where, with the way the walls are. It kind of echoes about, and it's very quiet.
Okay.
You know, and I nod, and then open the door.
And I move in to be a target.
Okay, so you got to open the door.
Well, I open the
No.
door.
So you open the door.
I
Go
open
ahead
it,
and
he
roll
goes in
a
first.
strength check, please.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
23. You grab a hold of the door. Looking at it, you can see the hinges are on this side. So you kind of smile. You realize that this door was at one point was probably leading into this room. Grabbing the door, you go to pull the door open, and the door just comes off in your hands. You just rip it
Nice.
right out of the wall. As
So
that
shoot.
happens, you can hear twisting metal. You hear an echo of twisting and squealing metal and cracking wood. Immediately, you take a step in, and you can see in the room beyond several. They look to be wooden caskets that sit within this room.
I'm gonna go to
You
the
cast Fireball?
Oh.
Okay. Where you can see it, you're gonna hit right at the back wall. Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Ah, shit.
And
Can I
dexterity
pull-
saving throw.
Can I pull him out of the way?
Nope.
Damn it.
fail.
Plus
Roll
3.
damage.
Still fail. I rolled a natural 2.
Yeah, it's about.
That's
that
3,
would-
so a 6.
No, just
Motherfucking hell, I hate
3.
you, 7.
Yeah, but she said plus 3.
That's gonna be a fail.
Oh.
So
It's
6.
only little fireball.
The people who take that damage.
29.
So 14 to you and 29 to you. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he ignores your resistance. So 29 and 29. Dust falls from the level above you as this whole place is rocked. The door directly to your right burst open and fire jets out. Heat washes over you, but you're far enough away from the epicenter of the blast that it doesn't cause you any damage itself.
I kind of get down and waiting for a reaction, snickering at Flynn.
After a moment, the smoke clears in this place. You can see dust falling. The caskets are on fire.
Okay.
That's
notice that
one
wasn't
way of
the point.
doing it.
Clear!
You know.
I thought we agreed not to hurt each
That's
other.
Yeah. We are right here.
Misjudge the distance, alright? That's why you can see.
You deserve one chance. Next time,
I was excited. It's been a while since I've done something.
I'm just informing you.
It's
Next
been
time.
maybe 24 hours. No, it's not even been that
Thank
long.
you. It's maybe 2 minutes.
Okay, I go and I inspect the.
You can see the fireball has done considerable damage to the structure here as well, but there, I mean, not nearly as much as what time has done. The wall to the south of you has crumbled, and it opens into another area. The door on the other side of this room has been blown open, and you see after a few moments Barry like kind of stick his head in there and look at you from the other side.
Sneak on.
Okay. So you begin moving around. Okay. When you round the corner, you can see that there's another closed door. There is that giant hole in the wall now to your north, his south, separating the two rooms from each other.
It's about
What are you
flying
doing
around
at
and
this time?
finding Perry so he's not
You clearly see the night sky light up.
Flynn.
Everybody knows. Like, it's Flynn.
Oh, the vampires are going to use fireballs in their own lair. Well, their homes. Oh, they're bad. See if I can find that one.
I'm gonna go after.
Gonna go.
So it should be by our lonesomes.
Okay, so you enter where he was, where he entered in, and begin moving your way down the hallway. You get to the point where you round a corner, you walk past an open door, and you can see movement in there. You take a second, you can see it's Rotmere. Walking past, you look to your right, and you see Harry is moving towards the door, a closed door along the wall. Everybody gonna roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, wow, that's 20.
Oh, look at that.
That is a 27 for me.
28.
12?
She blind?
Might as well be.
She was blinded by the light.
What'd you roll? Throw it.
Oh, yeah, flashbang.
19 plus 1 is 20.
25.
Okay.
Open, flash, and clear, but your buddies were running in for a breach and clear.
You know, that wouldn't be the first time that I've been flashbanged.
Blinded by the light.
Tee hee hee.
Crazy.
Alrighty.
You deserve it.
Okay. As you all are, you move towards the door, and where do you move? You move into the room with them, or where do you go?
Yeah, I'll move into the corner.
Okay. So you're moving in this corner here, or the northern corner? Southern corner? Okay. So you go to move into the room. Thraka, where are you headed?
I'm staying behind the Flynn, or what I assume is the Flynn from the voice that I heard, because I saw a. I would not like to be like them in the middle.
So
of
you stay where you're at? You don't want to walk in the room?
I'm chilling.
Okay, so you're chilling right where you are, looking around.
It
Okay.
smells of burnt
Triswynn.
flesh and
What are you doing?
elf hair.
You can clearly smell burnt hair
Yes, and that's enough.
and burning wood and
Remember what we talked about earlier
very
today?
foul smelling burning wood too.
Remember what we talked about earlier today? How Thraka still has burn scars from when he first met Flynn?
No, I don't remember the conversation.
Yes.
But, Tristan, what are you doing?
And after Roddy.
Okay, so they're both of you are in the room. Now, are you guys just moving through this place?
No, I wanted to inspect a casket.
Okay, go ahead. Well, they're currently on fire. Are you gonna put them out, or are you just gonna wait till they burn down? Are you gonna kick them open, or what you doing?
I'll kick one open.
Okay, so take one of the lids off of it. It's pretty banged up from the compressive force of the fireball, and it's currently burning. You kick open the lid, and a foul smell punches you in the face. An old rotten dirt smell. Looking inside, there seems to be a thin layer of sediment that is set at the bottom of this coffin, and the wood itself appears to be old and mildewy. Combining that with the smell of it burning is not pleasant at all.
I'm gonna use this to use this time to communicate with the sword.
Okay. What are you gonna say?
I'm just gonna. Is there a custom amongst vampires if I'm looking at a coffin filled with sediment, dirt?
I've been asleep for a long time. My brother was the first of he murdered me before he turned. So I am not completely aware of what. I know that they are vile, fear the touch. You see Rotmir stop for a moment and see him kind of half close his eyes as he stands in the room. As you move throughout the room. So at this point, we got you two walking towards the other one. We got you standing at the door, just kind of waiting with the door. The door is currently open, and the two and you're kind of along the southern side as well as you. Okay.
I am in
Okay. And you're hugging the corner, watching and looking for everything. So you're gonna start trying to move around.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
I'm gonna very
Taking
quietly
me and Perry
whisper
over
into
there.
the stone. They're still out. They're still around. Keep moving.
Okay. So I have all of your guys' perception checks for this.
Yes.
I have your guys' positioning. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put you
I
guys
don't have
on
my
the
own
board
positioning.
real
It's so
quick. So
annoying.
you're approaching that door. You're right around the corner from him.
What's in that? What's in that room?
Rotmir, you are kind of
That's
standing right. You'd be right
Sweet,
here.
I
With
stabbed
that.
it.
Triswynn, you'd be over here. Lynn, you were in that corner and you're moving away from there now. And Thraka, you're
so lucky I can't see you.
at this door there.
It'll calm down into the divide.
Alrighty. So with that,
Get to cut the blonde hair off.
what was your roll?
It's 20. Yeah, it's a 20. I'm at 20.
But 28, right? Okay. So you see shadows move for but a moment, and you immediately sense something on the attack. So when it jumps at you, it does not have advantage. You see this attack coming as this.
No, I wouldn't have had advantage anyways. It's irrelevant. Yay!
As this emaciated creature jumps out at you. Well, it does matter because if it has advantage against you, it would do other stuff.
It can't.
Why can't it?
Alert. It's fun. I can't be
well,
caught-
you
I
can't
can't-
be. You
I
can't be surprised.
so no advantage for
Because he's-
simply not being unaware of the
And I
target.
had a 27.
So this one is
Get
yes,
out of the ways.
but matters less about you. You real quick from this one. That is the first one is a 17 to hit.
That's a miss.
And the second one, as it jumps out, it first tries to slash at your face. You easily dodge out of the way. The second attack is a 23.
That one's a hit.
This one, again, it is just full bestial fury. It's grimy claws that the flesh has peeled back, revealing just the tips of bone fingers as it slashes you across the chest. With its second attack, you take 8 points of slashing damage. As simultaneously as that happens, it is going to be you. As you see this happen, you turn and you hear the movement of this creature. You hear its very soft, guttural sounds as it leaps at Arnos. As you turn and look, you see standing behind this creature is another one of these things with its back against the wall. It is doing strange kind of movements with its hands, and you see a small ball of energy, blacker than the shadows around it, form and then shoot out, which would have been into your back, so it does not have advantage against you because you turned in time to see this. That is a 18 to hit.
Match.
That is so just as you go to jump out of the way, you're just slightly too late as it happens. I need you to go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Corman feet?
Yes.
which is advantage.
Advantage.
It may not matter, but 2 18s, which is Constitution.
Yeah.
21.
Okay, that is going to be 12 points of necrotic damage as opposed to 24. And I would like everyone to go ahead and roll initiative, please.
That's what I'm casting next. That's what I'm casting next.
Fireball.
Better
I have a high initiative so that the low rolls matter less.
It's
Another
a
benefit of alert. Alert is a really badass feat.
It is
That's
really
okay.
nice. Yeah.
Alrighty.
That's what I'm gonna
Of course.
Boom!
Yep.
Functionally have a cannon.
Big button.
Okay, so 30 to
Well, I stayed
25.
inside.
Go 30 to 25. Let me check here. Okay, 25 to 20.
21.
21. That is right there with a 21. 20 to 15.
17.
16 for me.
Bada boom?
That it?
Mm.
Ah.
Because I got a
15 to 10.
14.
No, I'm
14.
rolling about on par.
So 14 and
14.
Perry and Straka. And Triswynn?
Never go first.
9.
I just want to know what you roll.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
She's just slow.
It's average for me.
so
She had trouble with curse.
starting us off, this guy is now springing at you, seeing how you just definitely dodging his attacks. It simply tries to just tackle you down to the ground.
Okay then.
As it lunges forward, you definitely dodge out of the way. It smacks into the wall, takes a step back, and swings at you with its offhand. It's still off balance, as its offhand just easily misses you by the face by 2 or 3 inches. It seems to be off balance from you sensing its attack before it came, just completely threw it off of its game.
No, thank you. My beak doesn't need a trim.
You see
My feathers.
a creature move right next to you and comes through this door, stopping right here. So you have a choice to make. It doesn't see you. It goes to run right past you and through around through the door that you're standing 10 feet away from. It does leave a threatened square from you. Would you like to take your attack of opportunity against it?
You get to make 2 attacks, right? Because that's your attack.
No. But you would have advantage on the attack because it does not see you. Okay, you suddenly pop into existence. You are now
And I
visible.
punch it in the dick with the hammer for an 18 plus a...
That is definitely a hit. Damage, please.
Plus 10, so 28.
That is definitely a hit.
1d8 plus 5.
Plus D6 gold.
D6 cold. So 1d8, so 6 weapon damage, 6 cold damage.
Alrighty. As you smash in the back and then looks for a second as you slowly materialize behind it. It will stop where it is,
That's a
but
big motherfucker.
that took 2. That took both of its actions to get right where it was. So you interrupted its attack, but it's now staring at you. Alrighty.
I would hope someone clocked out of nowhere.
Arnos.
Nowhere.
Yo.
You and Perry, since you're turned around looking in that direction too, you see the same thing that attacked you. You see it make a couple more motions, and then you see it just blink out of existence. An effect that you've seen quite often from Flynn. And Rotmir, what are you doing?
That door's been ripped off its hinges.
Yes,
right?
this door is open. This door is gone. Like literally, the fireball blew that thing open.
There's
Like,
only one door left.
there's only one door closed, and that's the one he's at currently. Plus this door here.
I can fix that.
Well, I'll flank the vampire.
So you turn around, hearing it cry out in pain as he smashes it with his hammer. You turn around and flank it. Go ahead.
Okay,
in the
so
flank.
this is
now it's fucked.
advantage.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It's literally getting tag
First
team in the
attack.
doorway.
Wow. That would be 24.
24 is definitely a hit.
22,
Get a train run on.
32, 38 damage.
38 damage. All right.
Slashing radiant.
Well, radiant damage.
Slashing 2.
It doesn't matter.
It's a lightsaber.
Natural 20.
That is a crit.
So 40
So
plus 50.
It's just the weapon damage is max, so it's 20 plus
20, 30,
Jesus
40.
Christ. Okay.
He rolled
10. I see some zeros over there.
Yeah.
46, 50,
Crap.
58.
Okay.
I don't think you're the DPS for the end game anymore.
radiant, right?
Radiant.
Yep.
It's fucking Yoda over there.
Wait, man,
That's a hit, but not a critical.
Okay.
And 20.
Oh, stop. It's
32.
already
32. As you rush behind this thing, as it takes its eyes off of you and goes to jump at Thraka, you rush toward it and you feel the presence of Sergei take control of your arm for but a moment and unerringly strike this thing right in the center of its back. You see its arms fall limp as you sever its spine. Your second attack takes off one arm, your third attack takes off its head. Before the head even hits the ground, all sections of its body have begun to burn and melt away into nothing.
It's a beautiful thing.
And I say, stay close.
Flynn,
And I use the rest of my
I'm gonna
movement
head around that corner.
to
right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Captain Sneaky Pants.
As you turn around the corner and look, you lock eyes with the spellcaster.
I'm not gonna look him in the eye,
Well, you both see each other at the same time.
but I'm invisible.
Yes, you are.
question here?
That cheater.
You're cheating.
You said the guy who's using.
Can I use the rest of my movement to go back?
Right.
to
Yeah, you got 5, 10, 15, 20.
That's all my movement.
Okay.
And then my
Shake
I won't
this
use
city.
my bonus action.
Okay.
Alright, well, if he sees me and I see him, then I might as well go nuclear. Quicken fireball, staff fireball.
Okay. Right at him.
Behind, so I don't cook Arnos.
You're still going to cook Arnos.
Can I put it over in the corner?
Can't really see in the corner.
Did I have enough movement to go one more square to see the
You
corner?
got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If you want to keep moving forward, yeah.
Sideways.
This way? Sure.
Now do I have it?
Yeah, but you're not going to hit the other vampire either.
And how
Is there anywhere I can put it where I
Freddy,
can
you're
hit
being
both vampires
fried.
without Arnos?
That's rough.
As far as I can tell, I got at least some cover from the fireball.
Don't
What,
you
the
do
vampire?
dexterity saves?
Amongst and the rubble.
If you drop it right here,
Okay.
you would get both, but with the rubble in the way, he would definitely get advantage on the saving.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Your rolls, not fuck you.
Am I rolling?
Yep. No, you're not.
Okay.
Okay, that is definitely a pass with advantage. And then the other one, come on. Where are your rules? Where are your rules? Okay.
5% chance.
19 now, right?
18 still.
Oh, 18. Okay. So, yeah, then 19 does pass. So, damage on the first one?
21.
21. Oh. Okay. And sorry, let me get this. Okay. And second one.
40.
40. One with advantage. That is definitely a pass. Second one was a fail. 40, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
What's the concentration saving throw for little spooky invisible floater? I got fried twice.
Maybe.
That it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'm just gathering up resources for you.
All right. Yeah, that's your bonus action. Yeah, that's all your actions.
Standard bonus.
Okay. So next up is Arnos.
Right.
You are blasted by heat from this.
And I'm gonna go super stab on the, I presume, undead thing that is slashing at me.
Okay, go ahead.
I want your cheeks.
I want something.
It looks hungry.
Oh, right. I don't like
Chicken
it.
breast.
Slayer's Prey. That's a natural 18, and you didn't even try to roll.
So natural 18.
Yes.
Did the wizard need a
He is burning his
legendary?
legendary resistance for that.
Cool.
That is. Oh, yeah.
For the half damage, he passed the concentration checks.
Okay.
For the fireball, he failed the fireball, so he's gonna pass that.
So he chooses to pass it.
24 points of damage.
Yeah.
24 points of damage, 5 of which is radiant.
Okay.
And the next attack is. Yeah, that's it. Let's see. 15.
15 is a miss.
I can't figure.
You still have movement action if you like to take it.
I'm fine.
Okay. At the end of your turn, that one is gonna go ahead. Wait a minute. No, it's not. Okay. So that is that. Arnos, so you're done, correct?
That is that, yes.
Okay, Thraka. As you watch this vampire in front of you that you crack in the back of the head, turn around and get eviscerated, burning into cinders, you see movement directly to your right as something very gaunt-looking, almost skeletal creature with very pronounced fangs lunges at you. As this one here comes around the corner and lunges at you. That is going to first attack. It is attempting to grab you. That is a 24 to hit
We're gonna make him have disadvantage.
with Entropic Ward.
Yep.
Okay. That is okay. So that is a 23.
Barely.
Yep.
He's gonna grab me.
He is grabbing you, and then he is going to attempt to bite you. That is an 11 to bite.
Absolutely not.
As right as he goes to bite you, just barely manage to get your shield up, but it is holding on to you. Your speed is currently
I'm
0.
full samurai armor. Like you probably just went. Just like.
Oh, he went to try to get right to your neck, and you just were able to get that shield up and away from him. Perry.
Do I see it amongst the fire? Do I see the invisible?
Nope. Trying to bite me.
Nope.
You shall learn what thunder step is.
I can't hold a bonus action.
You cannot hold a bonus action.
Then I'm gonna hold my attack until I see it again.
Okay, until that one appears. Okay. Rocco, what are you doing?
Shazam!
Which is?
Thunder step.
Okay, where are you
However,
going?
I elect not to take little Mongoloid with me.
Well,
I am going into the room.
Okay,
However, he will take 5d10.
go ahead and roll it.
Concept?
It's a con save, right?
He
Alright, so a 27 definitely passes.
Yes, he's taking half damage of
That looks pretty
that's
decent.
13 plus 5 is 18, 22, 23.
So 11 damage. Let me get hit. Let me get that. Okay, 11 damage. Knocks him down to that. Okay.
And the thunder can be heard from 300 feet away.
Now
so
you all hear,
everybody-
and more dust and debris is now beginning to trickle from the ceiling and clatter onto the ground around you guys.
What made this time?
Does it make the tower collapse?
It's not looking good. It is definitely not looking good.
I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
When I say I want to go in the room, I want to still have like line of sight on the little monkey.
So you would have to go like right into the room.
That's fine.
Okay.
Because then I'm going to fire 3 Eldritch Blasts into his little testicles.
Roll a hit.
Because fuck you. Don't touch me. That is my no-no square. Oh, he's definitely hit. Fucking 15 plus 9, 15 plus 9, 17 plus 9.
Hit.
Fucking fuck you, you little monkey. Fucking 8 plus 7 is 15, 20 damage.
20 damage.
Plus my modifiers. So
5, 5, and 5. So 35. Or 4, 4, and 4 is 12. So
32.
32. Alrighty. Alrighty. You reach your arm forward, clawing at that energy from this entity you hate so much. 3 strikes of your Eldritch energy blast this thing. One hitting in the stomach. Another hits on the chest. It takes a step back. The other hitting in the shoulder. And then smiles at you. Far too big of a smile that should fit into its head as it goes to move at you again. Triswynn. Actually, sorry.
Bitch.
After your turn, this thing is going to go ahead and use its legendary action. Where is it? Okay.
Push your shit in.
Arnos does a 19 hit.
That's a match.
Okay. So that is 3d8. You do see it raise its hand. You see Eldritch energy swirl around it, and a ray of sparkling blue energy extends from the invisible vampire's hand towards Arnos.
Counter.
You want to counter spell?
Yeah.
What level?
3.
Okay. As it swirls around, you see it suddenly just blinks out of existence.
right as it's about to.
Yeah, right as it's about to funnel towards you, it just.
Oh god.
Okay. Triswynn.
Thank you.
I don't know if I've got to deal with the ghoul in my face. Don't need magic.
Okay. So, nothing else in this room. I can hear fighting in the other room.
Yes, you can hear fighting. You heard the thunderstep behind you. You can look back and you can see him shooting through the door. You look down here and you can just barely make out that Arnos is ducking and dodging out of the way. Something is swinging at it, but that's all you can currently see. So which one?
Arnos.
So you're gonna come around the corner? 15, 20,
No, there is
25.
there's an
Gets
open
you
door right
right around that corner.
Can I go through the open door?
You don't want to be there.
You want to come around here? This way instead? I mean, it's up to you.
People.
Oh, where are you going? You coming right here?
If she gets within melee range of that thing, she doesn't want to be there.
You want to get right here?
Honestly.
Or no?
Can I get on the other side of it?
Oh, there it is.
You want right here?
No.
You
so
can go
where I'm
5,
flanking it
10,
on the other
go
side.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Moving through difficult terrain.
Okay.
Go ahead. You got advantage.
And now I can't use the fun spell.
I don't want.
Yeah, I have a nasty habit of that when I'm fighting something.
That's true.
That's
true, you do.
Sorry.
Kind of a theme.
It's alright, I have less lethal spells.
Let's see that. Have advantage.
You have God's taser in your fucking stick.
Definitely happy I have advantage. That's gonna be 23 to hit.
23 is definitely a hit.
Plus what? Plus 8?
Yeah, plus 8.
Damage?
22.
22
Sorry,
to
23.
23 to that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Radiant damage.
Second attack.
As he.
Yeah. And on this one, I will be popping a smite.
Okay. What level?
Level 2.
Level 2, so 3d8.
Not radiant. That.
31 damage.
31 damage? Alrighty. That one is not looking good at all. As you run past it, take behind it, and smash it once in the back with Lasaga's Descendants. It screams in pain as holy fire erupts across its body. As it turns and tries to swipe you to get you away from it, you crack it right in the ribs. You hear sickening popping sound as its ribs crumble beneath the impact. It cries out in pain again, stumbling back. The two of you flanking it looks to be in bad shape. Okay, after that, this guy is going to go ahead and use his legendary action to move right there, and that's it. That is his legendary action. And now back to that guy, who this is probably this guy's last turn. So this guy is definitely going to try to
You really want to
grapple
piece of
you.
that bird.
Okay, that might be a hit. That is a 21.
That's the hit.
Okay, so this time he manages to wrap his arms around you, and that 19 plus is definitely going to be a hit. That is, he sinks his teeth into your neck.
Counterspell?
That is 7 points of piercing damage and 10 points of necrotic, lowering your hit points by the same amount.
Hey, that 12 points in necrotic I took, does that lower my hit points?
No, that was completely different.
Okay.
That was a different thing. Yeah, that was a different thing.
You got an
Okay.
necrotic command.
And yeah, he's not going to go ahead and do anything else because if he tries to run, he knows he's going to die. So now is the spellcaster's turn, and
Giving Arno some of that suck.
so the only one who saw him was Rotmir. Okay, so all right, so this one now
I didn't see
looks at you with a pissed off look on its face and begins to pull out of its chest this electrical energy wraps around its hands. It forms it around and shoves it out. You've already used your reaction.
Oh, yeah.
So that is going to be, I need a dexterity saving throw from Triswynn, Arnos, Flynn, and Perry.
What kind of saving throw again?
Dexterity.
+3.
To Arnos.
When was Dark Sidious a vampire?
so. Wow, that's
I've got a high base bonus
Woo!
for Dex. So.
okay.
Okay. Wait. Oh, I'm rolling two fewer. Okay.
Do I get an extra dexterity bonus for rolling really high?
No.
Damn it.
Arnos.
I rolled a 17.
17. So that is 17. Is you have
Evasion.
I have
evasion.
so
So that is 26 points of lightning
okay, so
damage.
apparently that is Jesus.
32.
32. So that is 27 points of lightning damage. Triswynn.
Oh, okay.
16.
16. That is 52 points of lightning damage.
20.
20. So that is 27 points of lightning damage. And a concentration check with a 14.
I'm good.
Okay. And he
Does he become
is gonna
visible?
move. Nope. Rotmir.
Oh, so I see the big blast room in that room.
You see an electrical ball of light just arc across and smash right into Perry. And through what looks to be, like you see Flynn illuminated for just a moment.
One
But then it
of my
dissipates.
boys get electrocuted in this place.
Okay. Alright. Shraka will not be able to respond.
What you doing?
I really can't help.
Have to push this dude's shit.
Okay.
Watch.
If
If I start going down, then shank him with the lightsaber.
If I, oh, sorry. That was probably super loud because I just hit the mic.
I'll go through that door. Right there.
This door right here, okay?
Uh-huh.
That's 10 feet.
And then I see that, right?
You see this guy right here?
Okay. So,
He is holding, you know, another 5 feet. He is holding onto Arnos.
Again, so chef.
okay, I will hit him, but not with
With
advantage.
his raging.
No, sir. Go ahead.
130.
30 is a hit.
I'm
Damage.
just going for 4d12.
18. 24. 32 damage.
32 damage. As you approach, you look over Arnos and you see Rotmir come around the corner holding the sword in one hand. You push against the vampire as hard as you can, extending it out to
No,
get
God, don't hit me,
a
don't hit
clear
me.
shot. And his blade takes it right in the chest and cleaves straight through it. and its body immediately begins to burn. Its arms falling onto your chest and staying there and slowly burning off of you.
How does that care?
You're still good.
Yeah,
Okay.
looks really good.
You still have 10 feet of movement and 2 more attacks if you like.
Since I saw the
Oh.
no, I just need to stand. Since I saw
So
the
what's that?
attack come this way, I looked that way.
Okay. Well, yeah, you saw an attack coming from that direction, so you look and you see
Anything in there?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna use double movement to get over that rubble,
Okay. So that's
or not double movement, but two.
So that's 25 feet.
25 feet. And I'm facing that way. And my next 2 attacks are not
Okay.
used, and I'm not going to use my bonus action.
Flynn,
Cool. Go around the corner.
go around. That's 20 feet.
Tag the butt weasel with the fireball.
Fireball, roll a hit.
18.
18. You see the fireball fly towards it, and you see it a blue light shimmer for but a moment, and then impacts the creature. Roll damage.
A hit. A hit. I never use this spell, so I don't know what it does.
Well, that's
27 damage off a firebolt.
Very nice. Well, it is 3d10.
Yeah, 10, 10, 7.
Okay. Any other actions from Flint?
Moving.
Okay, you got another 10 feet, so there.
Yep.
Petey, how
Okay.
would you get off my property?
Arnos. You see the at this point the arms have been burned up, and it's just the fingertips left clutching onto your armor.
Look at that.
I move into the room over there.
Which room?
No, the room where everyone is.
This
You've
room
got
or this
different
room?
Fingers.
So you move up.
Yeah, preferably not one. Where is it?
You're looking around.
Point at where you want to be.
Are you going to spend your center action to
Yeah.
look for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check with disadvantage.
That is a 12.
Well, okay. Anything that it does that could conceivably draw your attention, you get another roll without disadvantage. Okay.
Okie
And it is now this guy's turn. I already have marked that. So, Thraka,
Yes.
this guy goes to grab you yet again. That is probably a miss. That is a 17.
That's,
As he tries to grab you, you push him off. He pulls a rapier from his belt that you did not notice before and goes to stab you with it. That is a 26.
he hits.
The blade bites into your flesh. You cry out, taking 12 points of piercing damage.
So the bitch wants to fight.
It seems like he has a lot of fight in him. And that's going to reset his legendary action as well. Harry, we are back to you.
All right. Not seeing what's going on with Throck or anything, I am going to go through that door, though.
This door right here?
Yeah.
As you walk through that door, you come face to face with another creature. It is emaciated, like the one that you see down the hallway. This one is already holding a rapier in its hand. Its flesh is far more leathery and desiccated than what you've seen from the other vampires.
Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Immediately drop your hunter's mark on its face.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to drop some lead in its face.
Okay. You do not have disadvantage because of your feet.
Yay.
He's a lead farmer.
Does a 25 hit.
Yes, 25 does hit.
All right. So that is
He's a
4,
lead farmer.
5,
He's a short barrel.
11,
11?
17.
17? All
And
right.
then I'm going to go ahead and pump,
That will hit you as well.
not if I use the grasping.
The grasping one won't. The arcane shot will hit you as
Yeah.
well. Okay.
I know it may not be as effective, but I know it won't hit me.
Okay, now the grasping shot, he gets a saving throw on his turn if he goes to move, correct?
Yes, it reduces
Okay.
his speed by 10 feet.
And
then
he gets a saving throw, yeah. At the
No,
end of his turn.
I'm sorry. No saving throw unless he takes an action to do it.
Okay, that's correct. Okay.
Yeah, he gets more damage if he moves.
Okay. Does he get a saving throw right now or no?
I don't believe so. Hold on.
Okay, let's
It
see.
says really quickly. It says grasping arrow. Creature hit by arrow takes extra 2d6. Poison, which by the way is 9.
Okay.
Reduced by 10 feet. Takes 2d6 slashing the first time. On each turn, it moves 1 foot or more.
Okay.
Lasts for a minute. Until you use again. Or until the creature uses the action to remove them with an athletics check.
Alrighty.
Yeah. And then I'm going to take my next shot. When you're done with that.
Yep. Good to go. Okay, and you said 9 for the poison?
Yeah, 9 poison.
Okay, so that was 17 plus 9 is 26. Alright, helps me keep it straight. Alright.
Oh, that's even better. That's 27.
That is a hit.
28. That's 10. 16.
16. Alright. As you step out, you two see each other at the same time. You reflexively pull Oswald up and fire twice. The first one hits in the stomach and it goes to jump out of the way, and you just, carrying with the recoil, fire again, and it hits it straight in the chest. It bounces against the wall and seems to try to rebound to go to throw itself at you at that point. You still have movement left. If you move out of its threat range, you will provoke an attack of opportunity, though. And it was it was 5 feet of movement to open the door. Yeah, you move 10 feet. You have 20 feet of movement if you like to use it.
I'm actually in a pretty decent position, so I'm just going to stay here.
Alrighty, so we're over to Thraka now. Triswynn, you're on deck.
Not doing anything like that, do I?
Well, I got a temporary weapon.
I'm gonna swing twice
Yeah.
into his nuts.
Okay, with the hammer, roll to hit.
Well, first I'm going to pop advantage.
Okay,
Fighting spirit,
so use your
engage.
bonus action. You have the 5 temporary hit points
Mhm.
and advantage. Go ahead.
Um, 26.
26 is a hit. Damage, please.
I just rolled the second one, 17. So
Cast counterspell.
both hits. So we're gonna just do the damages together.
2d8 and 2d6 plus
2d8,
5.
2d6 plus 5 apiece. So that'd be
So plus 10.
that's 17 so far, 19, 20 damage.
20. So is that with the plus 10?
Yeah.
Okay. As it pulls the blade from you, you push into it with your shoulder, knocking off balance, smashing it right in the side, almost lifting its frail body up off the ground with the hit, then turning around and smashing it again right on its shoulder. It falls to its knees for a second, but pops back up with unnatural resilience.
Is that all you got, bitch?
You still have a bonus action and move action if you'd like to take either.
I spent
Oh, no,
the
you have a move
my
action,
bonus
sorry.
action. I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay. Triswynn, you're up.
He wants a square.
We're up
I'm
here
gonna
on deck.
square up.
Do I see either door? I can see. Do I have line of sight on Perry?
Right now, you can see Perry. He's in an open doorway,
Does
yes.
he look like he's fighting something?
You just heard him shoot twice at something.
And then I see Thraka.
No, you can't see.
Yeah,
Well,
if you're
yeah, you
loaded
can.
to it,
It's
now it's
hard
ready
to
to
see
jump
because
in
it's
again.
through. He's across the room and through
Yeah,
an
can
open
hear
door.
him.
twice.
Do
It's
it,
ready to
yeah.
jump you again.
Last longer.
Sounds like everyone.
What you doing, Triswynn?
Shorter distance to Perry at this point, right?
Yeah. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
No, you are 10 feet away. You'd have to double move to get
You know?
adjacent.
I can shoot it.
So you reaching out, a pang of loss as you do so from Lasaga leaving your body. You reach out and fire your 3 Eldritch Blast. Go ahead.
Fucking hell! That's what happened. Woo! Thank you.
You have 2 more.
Okay, that's. Is it 16?
16 is barely a miss.
That's not gonna be better.
And your last one?
That's 17.
17 is a match.
The sadness of war.
Damage, please.
4.
4?
And it's
4 plus. Oh, yeah, you don't have the thing.
no, but is
Triswynn.
it still pulled towards me?
5 feet. As you reach out, calling upon that
Does that
power
count?
that you had from Lasaga. No, it has to move. Force movement doesn't activate those things. As you reach out, calling upon the gifts that Lasaga gave you, your mind flashes back 18 months. A tragedy struck. A trap activated, and your arm being severed from your. You entering into a pact to transfer Lasaga's consciousness from your mind into your family's heirloom hammer, and allowing her an hour of uninterrupted use by. You feel now a connection made from Corvair to Barovia, from Lasaga to Strahd, and a connection formed. That connection now severed, and something powerful lost in the bargain. Yes. We'll get to that at the end of this fight. Now, Draka. This guy is going to use his legendary action, and the other one is also going to use his legendary action to attempt to grab you, and this one is going to attempt to grab you. That is a natural 16 plus 9 is 25.
Hey, he's got a hold of me.
So he is now holding you. That is a natural 18 plus 9 is 27.
That's a
And he is now just grabbing a hold of you and now attempting to drive his fangs in you as you're trying to push him away with Oswald. The one is just on you, and he manages to peel a plate of your banded mail aside and is trying his hardest to get his teeth to your flesh. It is now this guy's turn. And this guy is going to go right around the corner here. Actually, no, he's going to go inside. That's 5:30. And Thraka. Alright, 1 sec. I need to see what saving throw it is. I need a wisdom saving throw, Thraka.
$17 plus 1 plus the 1 for the thing that we haven't put in is 19.
So 19? 19 is a match. Okay.
Is he trying to
Drop
take my
your-
butthole or what?
No idea. But you don't see the effect happen, but you feel a drain upon your body, almost like it's sapping your strength away, but you manage to stave off the effect.
I know this one over there is trying to kiss me. So
Yes.
I don't know. He might try to, French ticklers.
Flynn, you're on deck.
Since I saw Flynn shoot down this hallway,
Yes.
I'm gonna move that way.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Keep going around the corner.
30.
I'm gonna make myself a target and double move.
Where are you going? 5, 10, 15, 20,
Back to the door. I'm just trying
25.
to hit something I can't see.
30. So you just run around and through. Okay.
Nothing.
You're just at this point you're haul assing as hard as you can. Yeah, and you don't
I
run
didn't hit
anything.
anything.
No, you didn't run anything.
Okay.
Flynn, you're up. Arnos, you're on deck.
30 feet that way?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As soon as you go 25, you turn and look, and you can see the invisible creature.
Oh, lightning
And
bolt.
me looking for him.
Lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Okay, I need a saving throw
Wait,
from.
is he in my way?
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't see him because of the door.
Yeah, the door's blocked.
Yeah.
I think the wall will block it.
Firebolt?
Yeah.
Roll a hit.
Crit!
So that is 30 plus 3d10.
Oh, look at the ones. 36 damage.
36.
That is
Oh, damn, that is depressing.
yeah.
I rolled 2 ones and
yeah.
I got elemental out of, so they're 2s.
Yeah, so it could have been worse.
It
It could have been 33.
It was going to be 34.
Okay, so that you still have a bonus action if you'd like to take it or no?
That's actually, yeah.
You can, because that's only a cantrip, so you could cast another spell.
Yeah. I'm going to cast another cantrip. And free action. He's Hierarati! And prestidigitate sparks over where he is.
Okay, so you see sparks suddenly in the air in front of you.
Okay.
Arnos.
I light Sepe.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna follow.
Perry,
Flynn.
you're on deck.
I'm gonna follow Flynn and then
Okay.
look for.
So as
look
soon
where
as
he's
you go
pointing.
5, 10, 15,
Maybe you're
20. Actually, I can make.
you can see him coming. You've been invisible long enough that you can hop out of the way as you kind of hop here, and you, as soon as you get around that corner, you see sparks in the air.
Never strike straight line.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Oh, I can move more than that. I'm going straight through his square. I'm trying to hit him blindly.
25, 30,
Disadvantage?
or 40. Are you moving your full 40?
I'm moving until I actually hit him.
Well, he's going to hop out of the way when he sees you coming.
Well, I can make the attack.
Yeah, you get to make the attack, but it's where do you stop?
I would have stopped assuming I hit him. I would stop as soon as I hit him.
So let's see if you
let's see
hit
if I hit
him.
him.
So let's see if you hit him.
So
So roll with disadvantage.
I would think Zephyr Strike might actually help me on this one. It's the speed of the strike. Come on now. He's not expecting a missile to come at him.
Is he?
Well, assuming that's the low roll.
No,
That's
you
the
don't
one.
have advantage. You have disadvantage.
Yeah,
and advantage.
disadvantage.
Yes.
Assuming that's the low roll.
He's
Honestly,
rolling
I
No,
think
no,
if he
you don't have advantage.
He was rolling to see if he rolled lower.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he had disadvantage.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
think I should have had
he has
disadvantage on
advantage
that one.
and disadvantage, so it's a
So it
straight
would have
roll.
been one roll.
Oh,
So it's
okay,
one
then,
roll.
then it's a 7. What's it called? The total should be a 17.
17 is a miss, so you will continue on. You get up to the wall and then stop.
Yeah.
You still see the sparks behind you. They last for 6 seconds. Okay. So, you both go ahead and go roll me a it's called a perception check, please.
Oh, cool.
Thraka. Wow, I was right in that. That is a 19 plus 9, 28.
What, is he trying to kiss me?
No. Does it hit?
Yeah.
Okay. You have line of sight. You see same blue sparks circle around his hand.
Counter.
Okay. Go and pass it. All right. And then it's going to be their turns.
Wait. Which blue sparks? The big nasty blue sparks or the little?
It's incredibly hard to tell at that point. So it's up to you on whether or not you want to use it. Okay. So that is a hit. Oh, shit. 24 points of damage. I rolled max.
What type?
Cold.
So half.
So 12. Now it's their turn. Okay, so the one that's holding on to you, he's going to attempt to bite you. 17 plus 9 is 26.
Hey, he's kissing me.
That is, hold on, they're different from the other one, so I need to make sure. Okay, that's a D8, not a D6. Let me roll that. Okay, so that is 10 points of piercing damage and 11, 12. You guys see right here a streak of energy appear. You can now see his origin space until he moves. That is 14 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points is reduced by 14. Now, he tries to dig his claws into you. That's a 22.
Match.
Match. So that is 5 damage. Minimum damage. Perry, the one that is holding on to you, is going to attempt to bite you. That That is a natural 1 on the bite. You chip one of his teeth with Oswald as he goes in to go for your neck. He takes his rapier and goes to stick it into your stomach. That is a natural 20. So that is 15 plus. So that is 23 points of piercing damage. Right as you chip it, and I'm even going to break the grapple because you chip its tooth with that 1. It backs up and sticks its blade right into your stomach. You manage to just push the blade to the side to where it goes straight through, narrowly missing your liver. And it pulls it out, a spurt of blood splattering onto the ground. You see it lick its desiccated, almost non-existent lips as it does so. Harry, you are up. Raka, you're on deck.
We've seen him penetrated that way before.
Yes, you guys watched that happen. He was penetrated many times like that.
Was it the same hole? Did it like get the same spot?
Scar tissue, son of a bitch, it hurts worse.
Bonus action to reload
Okay.
with the holy ammunition.
Okay.
Very silly.
Okay. Again, you have the feat, so you don't have disadvantage. Go ahead.
Oh, that's good. That's a 27.
That is a hit. Damage, please.
Ooh,
Damn, good grief.
I know,
Box
right?
scars.
Damn, yeah. So that is 10. That is 12.
Oh, God.
So that's 22 plus 6. 28 points of damage.
28 points of damage. Gotcha,
Holy
gotcha.
radiant. Or piercing radiant, whatever. And then my second action.
Okay.
Oh, that's even higher on the hit. So
Damage?
that is not as great. But that was a 3. So I'll take 5. That's 10. 11. 17.
Another 17. All right. As this thing steps back and stabs you, you grit at the pain and just fire your weapon right into it as you deftly slide 2 holy bits of ammunition, close the breach in one swift motion, fire twice. Both of them take it in the stomach and just below the sternum. It screams in pain as you see its flesh burning away from that section of its body. The earlier wounds that you caused were healing. You see them stop closing together. Draka, you're up.
I'm gonna get this little fucking idiot off of me.
Okay, so go ahead and roll either athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
15 plus
You go to throw him.
9.
You grab it and you go to throw him out of the tower, and it grabs a hold of the wall and hops back down, but it is no longer grappling you. You have movement and bonus if you'd like to take it. Triswynn, you're on deck.
I'm gonna move away from the idiot.
So you will provoke.
Fine.
Okay, where you get running this way?
Fucking full speed.
5,
like
10,
past
15,
Rotmere.
20, 25. So past Rotmere's right here.
Yeah,
Good
because
with that?
I'm tired of him trying to kiss me. Like,
Okay,
it's weird.
so he's going to take an attack of opportunity as you run away. That is a 16.
Miss.
Okay,
Fuck off, weirdo.
so that's it for you. Triswynn.
I'm gonna maneuver around
He's trying to mac on me. I don't
to
like
get
it.
right behind
Yeah.
the dude.
'Cause I'm
Tell
not
me
tired.
about it.
Emaciated dude. I'm pretty sure I can, right?
You can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 if you wish.
Yep. That way I have advantage.
Roll to hit.
So nice to be able to see the terrain.
You can actually see it on the. It's nice to be able to see it, right?
That's a hit.
God.
Damage?
For advantage, that is gonna be.
I hope you guys really like our super professional dice boxes. They're super great. One,
Oh,
Oh
yes.
no.
Highest of quality.
No.
what?
I'm gonna pop a level 2, and I forgot last time. I get an extra D6
A
or
D8.
D8 because it's on deck.
Yeah, go ahead.
So level 1, so that'd be 3.
So 3D8.
What if these were all just homeless people and not undead?
Right? You guys just walked in and just murdered a whole bunch of hobos.
Well,
How
a lot
much?
of hobos that are trying to buy
How much
our
more?
necks,
26
so-
total.
They're
So,
hungry,
60.
they're homeless. They're probably out of
They're
bread.
trying to-
Okay,
Animals.
second attack.
That was almost as disappointing as my firebolt.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, God damn it.
What does that mean with my crit? I just It's like, oh, great.
So average.
So 21?
21 hit.
21 is a hit. Damage?
That is
18.
18 damage? Alrighty. Again, this thing's flesh begins to burn away and it screams in pain as Lasaga's ascendance crashes into its body.
Barry. I just
All right.
realized something. As I'm hitting.
You see the vampire, the invisible vampire, smile at you as it darts out here. And that's
That guy really needs to get a paint job.
and one right there. I'll keep him on the table because as soon as you get in the range, you'll be able to see him, so you can like sense where he goes. He is going to go ahead and do the following. Thank you. I gotta see that real quick. Oh yeah, he's got range. Okay, so Triswynn, I need a Constitution saving throw, please. You have advantage from Gorman.
He just phased through that one dude in the wall.
Just walk through, walk right past him. Same way you guys can walk through each other, enemies can walk through each other.
God, fucking damn it.
What is it?
It looked like a fail. What's your bonus?
3 plus 5.
Don't forget
So-
basic math, people.
8 plus 3 for your thing, plus 1 is 12, so it's a 14.
14, yeah. That's going to be a fail. Ooh, first decent damage of the night.
No.
18.
As someone who's in the army, I feel targeted by that statement about basic math. It's not just basic math. As someone from the army,
You take 42
I feel
points of
targeted by that
necrotic
statement.
damage.
Ow.
Okay.
You, bam, fall over.
Boom. I'm down.
And because you went down with it, you've already failed one death saving throw. Rotmir, you're up. Flynn, you're on deck.
I'm gonna move to that door.
are you sleeping?
You run as you
Yeah,
run right up to
fireball.
him. As you and Thraka pass each other, he's running away from it, you see it swing at his back uselessly with its rapier as you go rushing at it. Go ahead.
Okay. Regular swing. No advantage. 24.
That is a hit. Damage?
Longer this way.
38 damage.
38. Okay.
Second attack.
I didn't even ask if you put my fucking thing in you.
You're welcome.
Does a 19 hit.
He is going to pop his defense to raise his armor class by 4, so no, it does not.
Okay, third attack.
Go ahead.
Did you clean the entrance?
So that is going to be 19.
19 is a hit. His defensive only is on one attack, sadly.
Okay, so 12,
And 19 is a match.
17, 26.
26, all right. All right.
Bonus action search.
Go ahead. Roll a hit.
18.
18 is a miss.
Damn it.
Wait, he missed with the lightsaber of fuck off to the undead?
Now twice.
The dude popped.
Natural
20.
20.
That is a crit. So it's 20 plus that, plus your bonus.
5, 6, 40,
42, right?
42.
Plus 8.
Let's see.
So it's 36 plus 8, so 40.
So 44.
44.
Alrighty.
And my last attack. 13 plus 13.
That is a hit.
Okay. 4, 8, 15, 23.
23. Okay. Alrighty. You come in and just a flurry of attacks. He manages to dodge a few of them, but you're just cutting pieces off of him. And as the flesh is torn from his body, it just disappears in the air, just burning away like pieces of paper in a campfire. Lynn, you were up.
Already moving around the corner.
Arnos, you're on deck. Go. All where?
Up next to Triswynn.
This one?
Conscious Triswynn.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Puts you there. You could go 30. Right there.
No. Back one.
You were
Well, yeah,
up next.
right there. You're next to Triswynn.
Okay, that's what we want.
Okay.
So we're gonna quicken heal on Triswynn.
All right. What level?
2.
Okay, so go to roll your 2d8. And I don't know if you saw the addendum. It's when you spend a sorcery point to re-roll the dice, you get to re-roll any number that you want.
Yeah.
For healing. Okay. Just want to make sure you knew that.
Yeah, 1 sorcery point. I reroll any of the dice that I've rolled.
Yeah. For healing.
Yeah.
Anyone you want.
I'm good with the
+5.
16 points.
So, just when you suddenly and you see Flynn standing up away. Well, no, you don't see Flynn. You see divine energy just slowly dissipating into your chest as you wake up.
Then I'm gonna drop a globe of invulnerability over me, Triswynn, and
Okay.
Barry. Spells of 5th level and lower can't target anybody in the globe. It's a 10-foot radius.
So, you wouldn't be able to cast that one as well as the heal.
Staff.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's how many?
6
that's
charges.
6 charges.
I've used 5 for the fireball and 6 for the staff, so
So,
I'm
yeah.
down to 9.
9. Okay. Yep. So you have a 10-foot radius sphere that sticks right where it is. That is concentration though, so you're invisible.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But it was more important to protect my friends.
Oh yeah. Arnos, you're up. Perry, you're on deck.
I'm so getting tired.
Actually, after
That's
Arnos,
legal quote from me.
Can I poke the one through the door?
as this vampire sees the this globe up here, you see him look at you and just kind of, then turns and points at Rotmir. That is a 27. Natural 19.
Okay.
That is the 8.
Yeah, we're not making the mistake of stopping blasting.
That is 27 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Arnos, you're up.
Can I stab at that guy effectively?
Uh,
Here.
Which guy?
The guy through the door next to that Rocker's cat.
Right there? You can get right up against the door, so you're technically 5 feet away, yeah. And since it's a spear, I won't give him advantage for cover, because it's a spear. Because it's not a long spear, so it doesn't have that reach.
That one, that's a hard no.
You crack right into the wall, it nearly makes you drop the spear.
Bleh. Probably gonna be a miss because that's only a 16.
16? 16 is a miss.
Yeah, of course.
These ones seem to be a little faster than the other ones, though they're more emaciated. Any other actions from the Arnos?
Can I move to flank
I
it?
thought he was a pirate.
You have 5, 10, 15, 20. You have 20 more feet of movement, so you could go 5, 10, 15, 20.
Have you not seen
Yeah,
the
no,
pants
that
on
works.
the
Okay, I wish I'd done this.
This one is going to spend his legendary action after you, so before his turn, to go ahead and try to grapple you. That is a natural 18 plus 9 is 27. Okay, so he is now grappled.
Okay.
And then on his turn, he's going to attempt to bite you.
So that grappling just means my speed is 0.
Yeah, and it activates his attack. Because his attack, you have to be either charmed or grappled for him to bite you. He can't just bite. So with his bite, that's a 22.
That's a miss.
And his rapier, that is a 26 is a hit. So that is 11, so 18, so 15 points of damage.
Where's that pin? Okay.
And the other one that is all kinds of jacked up. Triswynn. This thing, as you're on the ground, this thing turns, sees you, and goes to start stabbing you with its rapier. First attack, you are prone, so it has advantage. That is a 20. So the first attack, that is 7 damage.
Nope. Okay, so
Second attack with advantage. That is a 20.
yeah.
I rolled 4 11s. 4 11s.
Fun time.
And that is 12 points of piercing damage.
I'm down.
And we'll just leave you down. As this thing is, you still have the 1 failed death saving throw.
So
So
still?
she got up after that?
That's
Even when
it.
you got up, you still have the 1 failed death
They
saving throw.
don't reset when you get up.
Perry, you're up. And Thraka.
I assume that
You're on deck.
Kona Barrage or Conjure Barrage would hit Triswynn even though she's on the ground.
Yes.
Then I'm going to step over Triswynn.
So you're going to move around?
Yeah,
Okay. Right there?
yeah. Well, no, and I'm going to be facing down the hall.
Oh, so you want to go this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't see ya move in there, but Conjure Barrage,
Big 30 second throw.
Yeah.
D16. DC 16.
That is a fail on the arm one. That's a natural 20.
Par for the course at this fucking point.
Damage?
15.
15. The one next to Arnos is not looking good at all.
And it's half damage for pass.
Well, technically, there's 2 next to him. From my angle. There's a fucking popcorn fart.
Alrighty. Perry, is there any other actions from you?
Well, I can't use a bonus to feed her a potion, can I?
No, you cannot. Thraka, you're up. Triswynn, you're on deck.
I'm going to step behind Rotmir. I'm going to put my hand past his head.
And Eldritch
And
Blast.
fire Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead. Roll your 3 hits.
You're gonna pew pew those lasers right next to his
At
ear.
least it's not Perry's gun going like this.
Oh, shit!
Does an 18 hit?
helmet.
An 18 is a barely miss on these guys.
So 1d10 plus 4 is 13 damage.
As you reach your hand over, this thing, you can see its flesh is burning away from divine energy from his attacks. You reach over and you blast it right in the chest, shattering its rib cage, its torso opening up, and as it pulls away in a puff of what would be gore, just begins to burn into nothing. This one is dead.
Hey, command me how it works.
You still have a bonus action if you'd like to take it?
I'm good. I got
But-
the Hadouken of Vampire.
Gonna roll your death
nothingness.
saving throw.
No.
But you got healed and then got knocked right back down.
I think I'm so much taller than Rotmir, so I can
14
just
is a
like reach
pass.
over his head and just like.
Alrighty, so at the end of your turn, this guy is going to go ahead. No, this guy. Yeah, this guy's going to go ahead and he's going to use his bonus action to move without provoking attacks of opportunity. He's going to move over here, and it's going to come around to his turn. Nope, he attacked you. He shot you. Never mind. He's not doing that. So instead. He's going. You feel movement past you. You get an attack of opportunity, but you have disadvantage.
Okay.
Stab in the dick. Reaps.
Okay.
So I think.
Yeah, it takes a bonus action to reaps.
Yeah.
I was considering Appleman's. I'm getting
Yes,
so sick and tired of
Sure, but I would definitely give him an athletic check to get out of it.
Well, that's a given. It's an opposed check.
Sure. Go ahead.
That's a 16.
Just stab
16?
it, and you see the fucking
Natural
spear
16
splattering
plus. He's going to use acrobatics, so.
Well, you already
22.
beat it, so.
Well,
I
yeah,
rolled
mashing
total.
is beating, yeah. So you go to try to, you feel it, like, this thing it seems to be wearing clothes of some kind. And you go to grab a hold of its robe, but it just manages to slip out of your grasp. Sadly,
Do I
it
know which way
already
he went?
used its one chain lightning attack, because that's beautiful right there with you three right in front of it. So instead, Rotmir, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
With advantage from his Gorgon.
Yep.
So that is.
No ridiculousness.
18.
Pretty sure that die roll beats that.
31.
That is a pass. 35. 41 is 20 points of necrotic damage. And that's going to end his turn. Rotmir, you're up. Flynn, you're on deck.
I'm gonna move out that door.
Oh, yeah. Right here. That's fine.
Um,
Do I at least know which way he went?
You can see Triswynn down on the ground, and you see a vampire standing over her, trying to kill her. It is
well,
clear as day.
Moving to save my sister.
Okay. That's 5,
4:30.
10, 15, 20. You can literally stand on her space at 25.
See, that's where I wanted to be.
So when y'all are waking up.
Okay, I'm gonna attack.
Sure,
the-
I'll switch. Then I'll switch the two of you.
You know, 25.
Standing over.
Wait.
I'm gonna attack the vampire.
Roll to hit.
Regular hit. No advantage. That is a 16.
16 is a miss.
Sure, that's a 17.
17 still a miss.
Miss.
And last attack.
That's a hit. 4, 18, 26, 34 damage.
All right.
And right at this point, I'm going to use.
Unwavering mark.
I'm going to pop one wavering mark.
Okay. And you have one more attack, correct?
Yes.
Roll to hit.
Uh, 25.
25 is a hit. Even if he pops the thing, it's still not going to be enough.
20 damage.
20 damage. He is not looking too good. Flynn, you are up, followed by Arnold on deck. Actually, sorry, Rotner, after your turn, this thing is sees you attacking it, looks down at her, looks back into your eyes and says, "She served her purpose," and is going to attack you again with advantage. Disadvantage because of your unwavering mark, correct?
Yes.
So it's a straight roll. That is a 22. That is a failed death saving throw.
Reaction.
Go ahead, roll your d8.
Fuck, no.
No. So that is another failed death saving throw.
The dice tell the fucking
Flynn.
story.
Quicken your wounds.
Okay. Alright. So I got 2 level 5 spell slots here. Okay.
Quicken cure wounds, level 5 on Triswynn.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the dice. And then are you taking any other actions?
Moving and staff fire.
Where are you moving to?
That way.
You will provoke.
I'm not invisible.
No.
Right.
Can I draw a line through the butt naked without hitting any of my friends?
Well, he's literally right in front of you.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
were just shooting into the wall to shoot.
Yeah, you literally just shoot in the
And
wall.
shit doesn't reverb anymore.
Not really. If it was a stronger wall, I would say yes. But this is literally like you're breaking. Like the energy is able to still travel.
It's trying to decide on. No.
Like if you did well, actually, it wouldn't matter. He's in the global invulnerability.
Yeah, this is level 5.
Oh, it's 5 or lower, right? It's 5 and lower, so this is level 5.
True.
Aren't you casting it within the globe?
Yeah, nothing can affect it, and no level 5 can affect anything in the globe. So even if you
Might
cast
be
it on
from
yourself,
outside.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. It's
Outside.
like, isn't it a bubble?
Outside, bro.
Let's see.
It's
From
a bubble
outside,
shield.
you are correct,
You can
so-
murder yourself pretty easily from within a bubble shield.
Okay. So what are you trying to do? Lightning bolt.
I was thinking about it. Let me see what I heal on Triswynn first. Let's just go ahead and fix that real quick. Uh, 28 hit points.
20 hit points. All right. So you once again wake up, seeing that vampire is still hovering over you, seeking your death. You would hear the tail end of served her purpose.
Yeah, screw it. If it reverbs on me, it reverbs on me because it'll bounce back on
Here,
me.
I'd say the wall is too weak to reverb on you. The energy can still travel. If you're doing it in like an iron hallway, then yeah, I can see
Lightning
that. You
bolt.
know. Okay, so take a saving throw. That's going to be a fail, so he's going to use his legendary resistance to pass.
They all have that.
Because they're vampires. They only have one though.
33.
33, so half is
16.
He is not looking good at all. He is barely holding on.
Okay.
Serve his purpose.
So that's all your actions. And that's from the staff, correct?
Yeah.
And that's what, 5
I've
more?
got 4 points left.
Okay. Arnos,
Do I know where he went?
Barry, you're on deck.
I did almost grapple him. Yeah.
I would say, yeah, you felt him going. I would give you that. You felt that he was going that way.
And I'm going to walk slowly that way until I run into something.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll run into something, maybe more.
He's going to use his reaction then to jump out of the way. So if you
Why
keep
don't
going.
Why don't you like poop at him like?
But
a
that
bird
will
or
take
something?
his reaction to do that.
Yeah.
Can't you like poop in his own
Guess I'll
direction?
swipe
Like hit him
around and
and
see if I
then
can
go
find
a
him.
bird.
Okay, roll with
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Shotgun shits.
Yeah, that's
Two
it's a
and a
hard
three,
miss.
yeah, that's a
a
hard miss. Yeah.
And well, I still got the other.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then he would be.
We'll use them. 16.
16 on this guy. He has major armor on, so that's a miss.
That guy's had
You
hell
felt-
attacks.
You felt a magical energy prevent you from striking true.
Yeah. Christ.
Okay, so at the end of Arnos' turn, he is going to go ahead and yeah, he's not looking so hot right now. So that's all we can do with that. So he's just going to he wants to get away from you. So he's going to use his legendary action to move without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Now this guy.
This is why I wish the blind 5 feet still existed.
So this guy is not looking so hot, but he doesn't want to die. So you see suddenly this guy turns into a dog.
What?
And he is going to provoke an attack of opportunity from Perry and from Rotmir.
And you're going to
And
roll
me.
this?
Okay.
No.
Sure.
The grass
And
type.
me.
Yeah, with a cantrip.
Oh yeah.
I could pull on his
Grasping.
tail.
Yeah. Okay.
I could hit it with my staff.
Yep.
Oh, almost max.
Well, I'll hit it with a cantrip.
11.
Okay.
An 18.
Roll to hit. You're just striking with your the butt of your gun.
15 plus.
19.
19 is a hit.
18.
18 is a miss.
Dice.
D6? 1d6 with that?
Yeah, it's because it's just a.
Can I use my hunters?
Yeah, he's marked, so you get your hunter's mark.
Every attack.
He was shanking you.
4.
Shit up.
Okay, and Robert
With the butt of my rifle.
with
it's just-
strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, goodness.
The 14 plus 13
Is a hit.
15.
Damage isn't gonna matter as it goes to jump through the doorway. You just slash its rear legs off. It hits the ground and begins crawling as it's changing from a wolf into a vampire and slowly burning away at the same time. Its last action is its right hand reaching out and then falling to the ground and exploding into dust.
That's kind of cool.
That is good.
Perry, you're up, followed by Thraka.
I am going to.
Someone help me find this thing!
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Triswynn as a level 2.
Okay, so you got to roll that. Are you doing any other actions?
No.
Yes.
Any movement or?
Yes.
Okay.
Attack.
Where are you going?
Well, first, yeah, that's.
What's your wisdom?
Oh, yeah. So
If you don't need a spell slot to be Brock and tentacle that fucking vampire.
that's 11. Okay.
Arnos
14
is
points.
14 points of healing, Tristan. And where are you moving?
It's not like he hasn't been
I'm going to
hentai by
bonus
me
action and
before.
reload, and I'm moving towards Arnos.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And
That's all your actions.
How does the sniper not have true sight?
Action search.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I am going to use Conjure Barrage again, and just making sure that I don't hit Arnos. I'm gonna blindly fire that direction.
Go ahead.
Our nose.
I'm still thinking about my.
Oh, wait, let me get these out of there.
True our nose.
Muddying the waters.
And what is your
16.
16? Okay.
Yeah. And so that is 11, 14 points again.
Okay. Alrighty. Raka, you're up.
Do I
Triswynn,
see
you're up.
anything like light up from the?
You hear me down the hall.
It's like I'm literally like
No,
looking
it's
up.
out of 30 feet range, so unless you spend an action to try to locate it, you won't be able to get a check. If it's within 30 feet and it's where you're looking, I'd give it to you. So what would you like to do?
Can I like put my arm like move up 30 feet?
Uh-huh.
Like
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
like more in that direction?
30.
And then I'm going to just fire like 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
But each one with disadvantage, like how we did before with the
Yes. The thing about this one is you have no idea where he is, though.
Before you knew he was in the hallway somewhere.
Yeah, before you knew he was somewhere. This time you have no idea where he is.
yeah.
Dude, just hold your action.
What?
Hold your action. Hold an attack for.
Okay, I guess I'll hold an Eldritch Blast for held action, I guess.
Well, and remember, because with Eldritch Blast, you have to see or know where the target is. So right now, you can't even cap. You have no
no
target
hold
on.
action for melee waps.
Okay. So anything that comes back, you're gonna take your attack.
Yep, and then I'm gonna pop second wind.
Okay, that's your bonus action. Triswynn, you're up.
But not up.
I know, I'm like, there's no more enemies right around me.
You wake up,
Again,
and no, you don't see anything. You can still hear a battle going on, though.
Thinking about doing like a
Kaboom.
Shrek's whirlwind.
Get
Oh.
up.
The crenellations on the walls, that's where the windows are. Sorry, I don't know if I made that apparent. to you guys.
Oh, okay.
That's, yeah, just so you guys know
No,
where
you
the
mean
windows
those
are.
column things?
Yeah.
Alright, so up,
Okay, that's half your movement.
Paralyzed. Can it maintain a spell?
go.
That's a
Pretty
good
sure that
question.
when you're paralyzed, you can in fact continue concentrating.
Makes sense.
Nope, you're incapacitated when you're paralyzed. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
incapacitated, you cannot concentrate. What else are you doing, Tristan?
Lay on hand myself.
Okay,
for-
that's your action.
Yeah.
Are you moving or no?
You have
Okay.
to sing when I touch myself.
I am not.
You gotta sing that really rousing song about anal.
All the three of you. Okay, I would need Triswynn, Rotmir, and Flynn to roll me a perception check, please.
23.
23. And Triswynn.
Perception?
What'd you roll?
15.
15?
16.
16? So all three of you clearly hear this as you hear, "This is growing tiresome, but I'll have my revenge." And I should have described this better last time. This time the same effect happens. It seems as if a shimmering purple door suddenly appears
Counter.
in the space where it is. You can't see it, sorry,
I
sadly.
can hear it.
And he steps
I
through
can
it,
hear it.
appearing for just a moment. You see this one for the first time. It almost looks like it should be like a ghoul. It's so gaunt. Its skin is there's no muscle left on its body. The skin is so tight around its bones. It does wear flowing robes of red and black, but they look tattered and old. And he steps through the door.
Does a
No,
28 hit?
no, because you're nowhere near him.
You're not in melee range.
Yeah, you're nowhere near him.
With a warhammer?
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
He's 10 feet away from you.
And him reappearing to give you guys a look is just fluff. He's already cast a spell at that point, and he's stepping through. The door closes behind him, and
Counter.
Go ahead. And do that.
For the love of God, counter.
That is 5 more vampires dead.
Growing tiresome.
I will
Like, he's
search
getting
the room
break
that we
speed
haven't
off them
searched.
progressively.
Okay.
And I went with him.
Oh, the spoil was
Go
very
walking
well
inside,
placed.
opening that door. You all see there is a candle inside. There are several books that seem to be strewn about the floor with very grimy, dirty prints all over them. On a small nightstand next to the chair is a stick about that long sitting on it.
I shall investigate.
Flynn,
The
Yeah,
rest,
I'll-
go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
I will say, Flynn, I'm gonna look at this, but it looks magic-y. 10.
10. Looking through the room, it looks like it is well lived in. You actually find with a 10 and with this creature having to be hasty, it looked like it kicked a small carpet over like kicked it over the stones of it. When you peel it back, you can see almost flush with the floor is its coffin that sits just beneath the rocks. Or beneath the flagstones, with the carpet over it, or with the rug over it, it would be impossible to tell that it was there. But in its haste, it simply kind of kicked it over and then started casting spells to prepare for your arrival.
Do I understand that it's probably the one that got away? Or
This definitely looks like something that you have seen Flynn do and Ballas do when they're in the midst of their research. Books strewn about, they have their arcane things. You see what looks to be a copper owl sitting on top of a pedestal, and the owl's eyes slowly blink, and its head follows you as you move about the room.
no, the
Is
coffin.
that Archimedes?
The-
that
the-
that one
I mean,
movie?
There's no telling whose coffin it is to be. But I mean, you can put 2 and 2 together. It looks like this is something's private study. Over here, there was much more coffins.
I probably
Flynn, come
lose
burn
it.
this coffin.
And I start doing my best to destroy this coffin with my hand axe.
Okay. I mean, it takes some time, but yeah, you can chop it up in the firewood.
I go over and
While that's happening, you can walk in. You see him doing this. You look over and you kind of start for a second as you see a pair of weird-looking eyes staring at you. Until you realize it's a small copper owl that sits on a pedestal. You look to your left and you see the stick sitting on the
Check out the
nightstand.
stick.
You pick up the stick. It looks like a stick.
I pick up the owl.
It'll take time. It'll take time to study it.
Okay. Then I'll burn the coffin.
Well, he chops it
Yeah,
in
I'll
pieces
burn
and
it.
you can set it in fire. Yeah, create a nice little fire. It stinks to high hell when you burn it. I mean, it's that same thing that has that thin layer of earth at the bottom of it that just stinks of mold.
I'll go through and destroy every one of them.
Okay, so this is a great place for us to go ahead and stop for the night and pick it up next week to see what you all continue to do. Wow, we are just hitting cameras today.
Right?
Thank you all very, very much for joining us. Sorry that we had a couple of sound issues there. It was syncing up. We're working on it. We're trying to get all that stuff fixed. Definitely tell us if you guys see anything like that. We don't have a producer, so seeing that helps us out so we can try to get it fixed for you guys as we can. But once again, thank you all very, very much for joining us. Hope you guys have as much fun watching this as we've been playing. Remember, please like and subscribe to us. Please like the video and subscribe to Dice and Dudes on YouTube. Please give us a like on Twitch. Go on our Facebook page, Dice and Dudes. Give us a like there. Follow us there on Instagram, on the Twitters, all those places if you can. Support us. The more support we get, the longer we can keep doing this and keep the lights on, keep the cameras rolling, and keep gaming. So, thank you all once again. Yeah, I know I keep saying it, but thank you all very much for joining us. Remember to keep rolling them dice. Good night.
Be cool.